1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes, yes. And I don't know what did I title this one. I titled this The Big One. Or perhaps I should have titled it Changes. Because there has been some changes. Let me see who's here. Don ZB, Toby Bartlett, Ped. Yes, Get This Smoke is in the building. We got the LDBC represented strong. Okay. Who else we got? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Okay. So, changes. Changes. There's been some changes in the background, in the behind the scenes. I don't know where. Scott 70, Laycraft, aka TBK the First. There's been some changes, so I'm in Pastor Raphie mode. We're gonna be talking. There's gonna be some talking now. It's gonna be some philosophical stuff. Who's Archie? Who is Archie? So, first of all, let me say what I see in the chat. Don ZB says, I'm waiting for you, Raphael. Don't duck me, son. Hey, your boy BTFB ducked me last night. Your boy BFTB, ducked me last night, got me on. I just wanted some nice, friendly chat. Nice, friendly, late night chat. I just randomly turned on the computer. Logged into YouTube, hit on a topic that I went on saw his live. I thought, let me just pop on for a couple minutes. And he was talking about some heavyweight matchups, which we don't generally tend to hear being discussed these days. And yeah, it was interesting. So I thought, let me hop on. Your man let me on for a few seconds. Then it started getting a bit rough. So I had to get a bit rough. And then, what do you know? Boom. We get into it. We got into the topic of, I asked him how many top 10 went into box rec. I said, can you get into box rec for me, please? Went into box rec. I said, okay. So how many, let's compare how many top 10 fighters, how many people in the top 10 has Deontay Wilder fought in comparison to Anthony Joshua, since he wanted to get rough. So then he started to counted how many people in the top 10, blah, blah, blah. Anthony Joshua fought. And I said, no, they're not in the current top 10. I'm talking about the current top 10. He said, no, you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. I said, well, that's what I meant. We're talking about how many people in the current top 10. Let's do a comparison between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Let's do the comparison. And he muted me. Muted me, started cursing me out. All manner of terrible name. That's when he gets emotional. So yeah, muted me. Then he said, I'll only unmute you if we talk about this. So I waited. He said, no, you can call back in. I wasn't gonna call back in, so I waited. And then he thought about it and he said, okay, I'll unmute you. So I said, all right, Anthony Joshua has fought 4 in the top and then mute again, as opposed to Deontay Wilder's 3 in the current top 10. 2 in the current top 10. That's 4 v2. Yeah, so he's not very happy with me at the moment. He is not very happy with me at the moment. Okay, so yes, I'm in Pastor Raphie mode because there's certain things that I have to discuss, and it's kind of deep. It's kind of deep. We will get into the boxing, but first of all, I have to offload what's been going on. Has he blocked you? Has who blocked me? I don't know. I don't know who you mean. I don't know who you mean. So I don't really go to other places. I don't go to other places, Tommy. So anyway, so BFTB has not blocked me. No, not yet. But he's on the verge. He's on the verge. I've hurt his feelings a couple times too many. He's on the verge of blocking me. He's on the verge. I'm gonna have to play it nice and easy and gently and slowly. It's okay. So I have to get into what's been going on behind the scenes. I'm not gonna call any names because I'm not about slagging people off. So I'm not gonna call. Well, if I do call someone's name, it's not slagging them off. But anybody who might be slagged off, I won't call their name. Okay? But once and for all, we have to go deep. What's the levels like, by the way? What are the levels like? Once and for all, we have to go deep into this thing. It's over. It's over now because it's over. So I've drawn a line in the sand in a certain situation. The line has been drawn in the sand, and that situation is now over. Over. Okay. I don't know if you're picking me up well, but over on my side, it looks like I'm kind of, let me get myself under the, what? Hold on. Oh, sorry, my bad. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Where are we? Yeah, write something else in. Tommy. Write something else in. Write something into the chat. Okay, so it's a situation which has been going on behind the scenes, and we are going to chop it up. Okay, there we go. So we are going to chop it up. It is good karma. I'm going to join you, right? I've been meaning to speak on it for weeks now. But it's a good thing. It was something bad that was happening, but now, because I've drawn a line under it, it is now something good. Yeah, I think I've already got you. Where are you? Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I think I've already got you saved anyway. Don ZB. Have I got you saved? Let me have a look. Where is Don ZB? Oh yeah, I got both of you. I've got both of you saved. So when the time comes, I've got you saved. Okay. Oh, the kitten. Okay, right. The kitten's good. I think not his legs like I thought. It's his spine that got hurt. Okay, right. So sorry to hear that. So once and for all, a line has been drawn in the sand in a situation. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Let's get into it. Let's get straight into it now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go direct. I'm gonna have to go direct into it. Straight like an arrow. Okay, so Tommy Temper had a group. I'm not slagging Tommy Temper off. That's why I called his name. Anybody who comes in for a little bit of heat, I won't mention their name. But he had a group. He still got the group. And when I joined this little group. It's not online. It's kind of off. It's like behind the scenes group. It was like a messaging. It was designed as a messaging thing where we could message each other. We could message each other back and forth privately. Okay. So initially when I accepted the invitation to the group, there was only a couple of us, a few, 3, 4, 5, maybe, just very small, very small. And then I noticed as time went by, it grew and grew, multiplied, and kept on multiplying. Now, me, I didn't really come into you. I knew the potential for that kind of stuff. You're going to get all kind of different people, some good, some average, and some not so good. Okay, so I knew the potential. I knew the potential for that stuff, the potential for negativity to arise. But I stayed in there for a long time. I was thinking, maybe I should leave this group. It's getting a bit too big. You're going to have some unknown quantities and dubious characters come in. So I was going to leave a long time ago, but I stuck around. Now, what's happened subsequently is, there's some characters who want to go at other characters. They want to go at them. So, first of all, sporting icons left. There may be some other people left. And then boxing librarian left. And then, who else? Yeah, some other people left. Ross Clark left. And a couple of days ago, was it yesterday or the day before? A few days ago, I posted up a video, and out of left field, someone who I won't name came in on me for a different video and says, absolutely big up sporting icons, and says, I'm going to, can't remember the word he used, but without consulting me first, this other content creator comes in and says, without no consultation, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video counteracting your video. And don't try deleting your video because I've already got it saved. As if I would scramble and, I need to delete my video. Yeah, don't try deleting your video because I've already got it saved. Ross Clark in the building. Ross Clark in Bombo Clark. So, man comes at me. I won't name him, but I know he's got some simmering, something simmering. What it is, you'll have to tell me. So this content creator, you will all know him. I shall not mention his name. John Dealey up in the building. I shall not mention his name. Although the forum, if he wants to come in and give his side of the story, he most certainly can. If he wants to come in, get a link and give his side of the story, he most certainly can. So this guy who I had banned from my channel, another content creator, comes at me sideways. No consultation. No, Raph, I think you've got this wrong. You need to include factor X, factor Y, factor Z to make it complete. None of that. None. No, it's not YB. Not at all. Not at all. He's not. No, it's somebody who's in a chat behind this chat. No, not at all. So me and YB are good. Yeah, he just messaged me, left a message in a couple of my videos recently. Me and him are very cool. So it's somebody who's banned from a content creator. You will all know who's banned from this channel. I'm not going to mention his name. If he wants to come in and give his side of the story, then so be it. I'm just washing myself of all this. I'm cleansing myself of this because, like I said, I got invited into this thing. Can you hear the beats? No. It's somebody who's been in here before and who's talked in here before. So comes at me sideways in this chat, this behind the scenes chat, which really, I never had any intention when I came on YouTube to be in some kind of huge forum, big forum, behind the scenes forum. I'm just here to do boxing talk with Raphie. I'm just here to do Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. I'm not interested in being in the next man's lane. No, I'm not interested in a next man being in my lane. I mean, you got good people like Ross Clark right there. You know, I'd send him a link any time of the day. Any time of the day. You got some good people like Boxing Librarian. I'd send him a link any time of the day. Any time of the day. Yeah, and others. And others. So I wasn't interested in being in no big group. Yes, Ross Clark, you're most welcome here any time of the day because I know your heart is clean. Your heart is clean. There's no going running behind the scenes and chatting to a next man. And that's another thing. That's another thing. I'll come on to that. I hope I can, you see, guys, you're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to touch on every single point without mentioning any names. Without mentioning any names. Respect to D, bro. Ross Clark in the building. Laycraft up in the building. John Dealey up in the building. I'm going to rinse everything out without calling nobody's name. I'm not here to defame. No, I may swear every now and then. This may not be a clean one because I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about maintaining my own name. It was Tommy Temper's thing. Tommy Temper's chat. It's like a little chat that was intended for people to communicate. But what's happened with his chat is that, I don't know, all sorts of waifs and strays have come in. All kinds of waifs and strays. And so anyway, after this content creator, after this, am I to, let me just check in another window if I'm peaking. If the voice is peaking, sending this thing over the top. Let me just turn this down a fraction. So, like I said, I'm not calling anybody's name. But the guy who I had banned, the content creator who I had banned from this channel, and I'll tell you why I banned him from this channel. I'll tell you why I banned that particular content creator from this channel. His boxing knowledge is great, excellent. But let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. My voice is a little loud. Voice is a little loud is because I am loud and amped. I'm feeling very loud today. Happy but loud. Happy but loud. Let me monitor myself, my volume. Okay, so the content, let me just go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so around a couple of years ago, maybe 18 months ago, Pablo Diablo. Okay, I'll keep the language, I'll moderate the language. Thank you very much, Pablo. Real brother. Real brother right there. Real brother right there. So 2 years ago, walk with me. 2 years ago, I'm listening, maybe 18 months, I'm listening to YouTube and there's this program that I kind of like. Yeah, it's an overseas guy doing this program from overseas. And there's this guy on there. Who is angry. And I think to myself, why is this guy so angry? He knows he's boxing, but why is he so angry? Okay, fine. I listen to that program. It's chopping up boxing. Fine. It's kind of in the late night. It's a morning after midnight thing. All right, fine. A few weeks later, I randomly tuned into the same program again. And it's going good. Then this guy comes in. I think, is that the guy that I heard a few weeks ago? The angry guy? And he's angry again. This guy is angry again. And so I think to myself, damn, still angry? So a few weeks later, I tune into the show again, maybe a month later. And the angry guy is still angry. I'm saying, how the hell can a guy be so angry so frequently? Jeez, angry, consistently angry, consistently angry. The guy's consistently angry. And so I thought, wow, okay, whatever. He's always going to be angry. Comes over as bitter. That was my impression. I don't know. Is he bitter? I don't know. But that's how it came over to me. Yes, Pedro. Yes, Ross Clark. So, but that isn't my cup of tea. I don't like to listen to people who seem consistently angry and bitter. Why would I want to entertain that? Why would I want to entertain that? I don't want to entertain that. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to hear that. Forget that. That's not my cup of tea. To some people, it might be appealing. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to hear that. I want no part of it. No part of it. Okay. So that was like 18 months ago. Fine. So cut to, yeah, too much anger at the nope, I want no part of it, my friend. No part of it. So cut to, 5 months ago when I started this channel? Okay, I wanted to start this channel for some time. Just thought about it, never did anything about it. Okay, then I get into the boxing voice. The boxing voice. I start calling in. Then Rob, UK. First of all, there was Matt was there. Matt left. Matt Hamill, not Matt Hamill, whatever his surname is, Hunter. Matt Hunter, he leaves. Okay, fine. So Matt Hunter's gone. Right. Now, what happens after that? Yeah, so he's replaced by Rob, UK Rob. He's replaced by UK Rob. UK Rob's there for a while. I'm calling in during this period. And then UK Rob has enough of Ness. So he leaves. So then I get a call via Skype on my phone. And it's Ness, Mr. Nescafe and Mike. And they're both on the call. They say, Raphie, how you doing, Raphie? I said, I'm good, man, I'm good. What's happening? What's happening? So I say, man, we really like you, Doc. We really like you. You have us on the edge of our seats. This is Ness talking. When you call in, you have us on the edge of our seats. The conversation goes on and they say, well, how do you feel about coming on the show? How do you feel about coming on the show? So I say, yeah, I would like to do that. And they said, we'll pay you. We'll pay you. And I thought, wow, they pay people? I didn't know they pay people. But then, yeah, Craig McNulty. Sorry if I haven't acknowledged you. Craig McNulty. Yeah, man, I see you, bro. I see you. So I see you. Thank you. So I thought, hold on, they want to pay me? So that means they want me there full time. I already work. I work for myself. I work. So I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't work for them. I can't get paid for them because I work for myself and they're going to expect me to be there full time. So I think to myself, no, I will work. Yes, there is. There's more to come. I was trying to take it easy. There's more schooling of it. There's more schooling in it. At least one part, maybe two. And I called recently again and he went nuts. I think he watches my channel. Believe it or not. I think he scans my channel for content of him at least. But I think he watches when he can. So there's a few reasons why I think BFTB watches. BFTB. A few reasons why I'm pretty sure I know he watches. Certainly at least he scans it, but he watches. He watches the channel. Replays more likely. Some videos and the replays because I think he's live oftentimes when I'm live. So, yeah. So, damn. My thread. Oh, yeah. So they say they want me. Want to come join them. Let me refresh this because it's just, we got that little circle. Okay. Now I'm good. Okay. So I will probably over the weekend. I will release it. So yeah. So I thought, no, I can't work for these guys full time because I work for myself. I already earn my living and they're not going to pay me what I get paid hourly. So I said, no. I said, no, I'll do a little trial with you. We'll do a little trial to see if it's a good fit, if I'm a good fit for you and if you're a good fit for me. So we'll do a little trial. But they wanted me full-time over there and they were paying me. I said, no, I can't do that, bro. Can't do that because I work for myself. I'm already employed, self-employed to be precise. So, okay. So I'll go over there. And so that took time away from me doing this, starting this. But also it was beneficial because I learned things over there. Okay. So now when they started messing about with not sending links, I knew it was time to start my own thing. Sometimes you send them, sometimes you wouldn't. So this is how boxing, or rather Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, was born. When Ness started messing around with the links, sending them, then not sending them. This is how I made the decision that Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, that's how it was born. Employed by God, 100% Toby Bartlett, 100%. So yes, most definitely. So that's how this was started. Now, I started my channel, I don't know, was it 5 months ago? Maybe about 5 months ago. 1 month in, a lot of people asking me, they were asking me for certain people saying, when you starting the live show, because that's how people got to know me, via live shows. They didn't get to know me making videos. No, they got to know me via live shows. So they wanted me back in the format that they first saw me doing live shows. But I wanted to be more complete, do videos and live shows. I wanted to create the kind of content that I would want to see myself. Live shows and videos. So that's how, so Tommy Temple contacted me. He said, Raph, do you want to, I'm starting, after he added me to this little group, Swanee a few people in there. I think I was maybe one of the first. Tiny group. He added me to this group, sent me an invitation. I accepted. Tiny group, only a few people. And yeah, only a very few people, a handful, maybe 4 or 5. And he said, yeah, after he had about 4 or 5 content creators, he said, yeah, I want to start doing my own show, my own live show. So he asked me, would I be interested? And I said, well, bro, I'm interested in live shows, but I'm doing my own live show. I'm interested in doing my own live show. I'm about to start my own live show. So I don't want to get jumping on your thing and neglect doing what I'm supposed to be doing. My thing. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. That was my position. And I thought, well, no time like the present. So it was very, very shortly after that invitation where I said, yo, I better get cracking. I better start my live show. There's nothing holding me back. I should do it. And so I started the live show about 11, 12 weeks ago. What's that? 4, 8, 12, 3 months ago. Yeah, about 3 months ago, I started the live show. And I've been doing videos for a couple of months. So I've been doing videos for a couple of months and I could see, yeah, there's lots of boxing, yeah. So I've been doing videos for a couple of months before I started the live show. And then I started the live show. And then certain people were coming in to the live show. That's all good. That's all good. But then I realized that I recognized a voice. I recognized a voice from another channel. I recognized the voice of the Angry Man speaking on another channel. I think I heard him a couple of times on the Boxing Voice, the Angry Man, who I heard like a year and a half before. I hadn't really put a name to him. And then I heard him on TVV, then I heard him on another American podcast. Yeah, man, I know enough to get by for sure. I heard him on another podcast or a live show over in America. And I slowly but surely, it began to dawn on me that I know the Angry Man. And the Angry Man was in my chat. The Angry Man came here. It dawned on me. This guy is the guy I used to hear a year and a half ago. He is the Angry Man. He is the Angry Man. So No. Craig McNulty, I see you, man. Toby Butler, Big Unit, Ped, Ross Clark, Laycraft, a.k.a. TBK. TBK, yeah. Toby Butler, Ped, the Big Unit. Yeah, I see all of you guys. I see all of you mans. So, without me realizing it, I was now involved with the angry man. I'm involved with the angry man. The angry man is in my chat. Now, you see, it's nothing personal from me towards the angry man, but I don't like that angry vibe. Not because I got to know him and decided, no. It's not whole money. No, it's a guy with his own channel. He's established. He's good. He's got knowledge. He's got knowledge. The man has got knowledge. Let me turn the light on. 1 second. Uno momento. Mommy, slow up your tempo. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I had to tell you this. I had to tell you that in order to tell you this, in order to give you some context to the story. So it's not a case that I got to know the angry man and decided that I didn't like him. That's not the situation. The situation is that I don't like that angry vibe. Heinrich Smith's up in the building. When is the fight? Yes. Heinrich Smith, you're talking to Pastor Raphie. I'm in Pastor Raphie mode. I'm just talking the truth. I'm just talking the truth. The line has been drawn in the sand, and I'm telling you what it is. Okay, so now I've got the angry man. I'm in a bit of a predicament because the angry man is in the chat. Not right now, but started. He was over here. The angry man was over here. Now, bear in mind, it's not that I dislike the angry man personally. It's that I dislike that anger and that bitterness. I don't want it for Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio is not about Heinrich Smiths. Please, my friend, if you don't like what you're hearing, please log off. I bear you no ill will. But I'm talking about what I want to talk about right now. But if you don't like it, Heinrich Smiths, then please feel free to leave or feel free to stay. Whatever makes you more comfortable. Okay? Okay. Thank you. So, it's not that I don't like the angry man or didn't like the angry man because I didn't know the angry man. I just know I didn't like the angry vibe. How can I get on? Well, yeah, Big Unit. For a start, what is it you want to discuss, Big Unit? I'm going to pause this to have a little dialogue with Big Unit. Yes, there will be boxing talk later. We have a number of topics. If you read the title, you'll see the topics we will be discussing, Heinrich. So there is boxing talk later, but first, this is like house cleaning. It's cleansing, doing some cleansing. Okay, Heinrich, take care. No hard feelings. Take care. Big Unit, my friend, you said, how do I get on? What is it you want to discuss, my friend? I certainly shall. Okay, Big Unit's gone silent. All right. Okay, fair enough. All right. So it's not that I didn't like the angry man personally. I didn't know him personally. I didn't like what he represented. I didn't like the anger, the consistent, persistent anger, week in, week out. Week in, week out, anger, sourness. bitterness. The angry man. You want to talk about the angry man? Okay, big unit, stick around. Stick around. I will give you the cue to. I'll give you the cue to leave your what do you call it? Your email in the chat. I'll tell you when, and there'll be several people receiving the link. Big unit. Okay, are you the angry man, big unit? Are you the angry man? Okay, so I didn't like what the angry man, I didn't like his vibe, didn't like his energy, didn't like what he brought. Anger, sourness, bitterness, vexation. No. Boxing Talk or Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio is not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. Big unit, are you the angry man? And if it is, that's no problem, because the angry man is welcome, is most welcome to get a link and talk about things from his perspective. It's probably better that way. Who's talking over who? Big unit. Who is talking over who? Consistent talking over people. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'll tell you when to send your email in. Several people will be getting the links at the same time. Big unit. Cool. Okay. So I got to the stage where how deep are we into this? Down 43 minutes. Probably started 5 minutes late. So what's that? That's 38 minutes. Okay. So I didn't want the angry man. Oh, he got to the stage where the angry man was asking for links. So the angry man wanted to get a link to speak on my show. Now, bear in mind that I don't want. Okay, cool, big unit. Now, bear in mind, I don't want the angry man. Yeah, you can definitely get even if you were the angry man, you'd still get a link, because it is supposed to be a call-in show. So you most definitely will get a link, whether the angry man or not. That's no problem, absolutely. So I didn't want the angry man vibe over here. But yet now I'm in a predicament where the angry man was in the chat saying, hey, Raphie, can I get a link? And I'm saying, well, how do I say no? How do I say, angry man? I don't want your angry vibe. I don't want your sourness. I don't want your bitterness. That is not what Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio is about. Okay, that was a nice block. Whichever mod did that. How many mods have I got in here? Toby, Bartlett, and where is Ped? Oh yeah, Ped's here. Okay, so I got 2 mods in here. All right, so how do I say to the angry man, yo, bro, I really don't like your angry vibe. I don't like your anger. I don't like your sourness. Well said, Toby. I don't like your anger. I don't like your sourness. Okay, cool. Tommy Temper's here too. Right, I don't like your anger. I don't like your sourness. I don't like bitterness. That's not what this is about. Well, he may as well do. The angry man may as well do. I've never seen his face. He does his show without showing his face. He's angry. Angry man. Comes off angry, sour, bitter. And how do I say to the guy, listen, you got boxing knowledge plenty, but I don't like that vibe over here. I don't want to hear that vibe over here. Elsewhere, that's fine. I can tune in, tune out, but I don't want it over here. How do you say that? Mr. Angry, if he's not doing the show himself, he'll be listening to this. By his own words, he's listened to every show when he's doing the show. Yeah, so Mr. Angry, and I'm not calling Mr. Angry to mock him, I'm just calling him Mr. Angry to protect his anonymity. Mr. Angry is free to show up here. I will open up the lines shortly, and I will make it available for Mr. Angry to have his say over here. I will make that possible. because, you know, there's two sides to every story. I believe I'm telling the 100% truth. Nothing added, nothing taken away. But I'll still open up the line for Mr. Angry to come in when I finished expressing my position. The Angry Man is already notorious for a number of reasons, Laycraft. He's already notorious. He's been at this game for a few years now. He's already notorious. Very much so. Okay. So, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, it got to the stage where, and I'm just gonna lay it down like it is. I'm just gonna tell the truth down the line. Got to the stage where Mr. Angry was coming in, and it's almost like I'd be talking about a subject or a topic matter. Talking about a subject, a topic matter, going down a certain street, going down a certain particular stream, and Mr. Angry would come in talking about something totally different. Totally different. So I'm seeing this, and I've just started the show a few months ago, and this is early in the show. It's like week 1, week 2, week 3, and I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying, and Mr. Angry's trying to take it in a different direction early on, like, you know, second show, the third show, and I'm getting distracted. And then Mr. Angry's calling in for a link, and I kind of let him on one time, but I kept it minimum, kept it brief. So I kept it brief, and then he was on. I kept it positive. I made sure it was positive, and I made sure it was short, and then he was off. Fine. Thank you for your contribution. Fine. So then I think it was a week later, because this only lasted for a few weeks before I blocked him. So I think a week later, somebody came on, somebody who's from a big channel, somebody who's got a big channel. You will all know him, UK channel, one of the biggest channels in the UK. He came on, and I didn't know that apparently what he likes to do, he's got an alias. He's got an alias. He's got an alias. This guy with the big channel, and he came on under his alias in here. And the first thing he mentioned, the first thing he did, his first comment, bear in mind I've never seen it before. His first comment was a troll comment. His first comment was a troll comment. This big guy, Mr. Big Stuff from, you know, got a big channel. First comment was a troll comment. And I saw it. I saw his comment, and I thought, okay, I'm going to ignore you that time, but please don't do it again. That's in my head. So the same big guy, Mr. Big Guy with the big channel, comes in again. I didn't know it is. On the first time I'd seen him, with his second comment, troll comment. Boom. I went in, blocked him from the channel. Blocked him from the channel. Yeah. So this guy isn't Mr. Angry. This is Mr. Big Stuff. It's Mr. Big Stuff with the big channel. So I blocked him. I didn't know who he was. Came in for the first time, 2 troll comments back to back. Blocked. I blocked him. So Mr. Angry then comes and starts to remonstrate with me. Why would you do that? I know that guy. He's got a big channel. I don't know if he said that, but he's respected in the community. Why would you block him? So now I'm trying to run a damn show. I've got Mr. Angry asking me, why did I block a troll? Picture that. Somebody is asking me, Red Glove Militant up in the building. Most welcome. So somebody, Mr. Angry is asking me, questioning me, why I blocked a troll from my channel. Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. That in itself was a bannable offense in my eyes. Some guy who's got his own channel coming to my channel, questioning me blocking a troll, telling me I shouldn't have blocked a troll. Not asking me, telling me that I shouldn't have blocked a troll. Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. So there's already a case building up against Mr. Angry now. One, he's switching my narratives. He's trying to lead things in a different direction to the direction I'm leading things to. Various different comments, various different subject streams. And I'm like, okay, that's one. Two, he's Mr. Angry. So I don't want that Mr. Angry vibe for the channel anyway. You know, I don't want angerness and sourness. Angerness and sourness. Well, you should recognize him by the description. I'm calling him Mr. Angry because I am not going to expose his name. He knows who he is, and I know who he is. Yeah? So I'm calling him Mr. Angry, and if you recognize the characteristics, you do, and if you don't, you don't, my friend. So, that's Mr. Angry. One, he's not going on my narrative. That's one. Two, is that somebody? No, he's not American. Two, he's not an American. Two, he's at a trial, he's seen a trial in here who happens to be a friend of his, big channel, UK channel. The guys come to trial me. He knows the guys come to trial me. I get rid of the trial, and Mr. Angry is questioning my decision to get a trial off my channel. Are you crazy right now? Are you shitting me right now? What level of audacity is that? Totally unacceptable, my friend. Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Okay. Okay, so what else? I can't even remember everything. I can't even remember. I'm trying to get things in a synchronized order and synchronized pattern. Trying to get things in a synchronized order. Okay, yes. Oh, I got it. I remember now. The last thing. I remember the last thing. The last thing, or the last straw, was when Mr. Angry, I think it was a week later. Yeah, it's about a week later. So this is week after week. So Mr. Angry said, okay, I don't like being ignored. It's a live show. I don't like being ignored. You're ignoring me in the chat. You're ignoring my comments. Laycraft, no, he's not. So, yeah, he said, you're ignoring me. I don't like it. So I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribing. So in reality, with all the stuff that had gone on in the past, I'll be honest, I was relieved. I was relieved when he said he was unsubscribing. And so I thought, okay, I don't have to deal with anger anymore. I don't have to deal with sourness anymore. I don't have to deal with bitterness anymore. I don't have to deal with any of that no more. And those are characteristics that I don't want to have to deal with. I don't like those characteristics. I don't want to have to deal with them. I don't have any friends who are like that. I don't have angry, bitter, sour friends. There's nobody who comes to my home like that. They say you can judge a man by his friends, by looking at his friends. The three friends you see most often, you're like a bit of a combination of those three. Yeah? You're a bit of a combination of those three. Think about the three friends you see most often. And you are a combination of those three people in some type of way. I don't have no friends like that. Nobody steps into my home, into my house like that. I don't have friends like that. So I'm not saying Mr. Angry is a bad person. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't like those characteristics. I don't like those characteristics. Okay. Yes, Pablo Diablo, Red Glove Militant, Laycraft, Ped, Big Unit. Big Unit says the angry man needs a lady. Well, all joking aside, I think there's quite a few guys. I think there's quite a few content creators I've come to know or see what they're writing, see what their stuff. I think a few of them need feminine assistance in their lives. Feminine assistance in their lives. So, and some of them need jobs too. Not saying specifically Mr. Angry, but I've seen some of them who don't appear to have jobs. The devil makes work for idle hands. Yeah? Yes, you can count your real friends on one hand, absolutely. 100%. And of those friends you have, you are a combination. You are a combination of those friends. No, he's not a cockney. Okay. Right. So, okay, where are we? Right. So now he's gone. Now he said he's gone, and now he's gone. I didn't ban him straight away. I thought he's gone. Thank goodness I don't have to ban him. So 1 week passed and he didn't come back on a live show. And then another week, a second week, and boom, Mr. Angry's back. I didn't ban him and he's back. I thought he wasn't coming back. So I didn't have to ban him. So I could be the good guy. I could say, I never banned him. He left of his own accord, but he's come back. He's come back. What is that? What is that you just wrote? What's the first word? Character. Is that you mean character is defined by what you accept and what you reject? Is that character? Is the first word character? Get this smoke? Okay. So he's back. So I think, oh no, Mr. Angry is back. And those characteristics of anger, bitterness, sourness, I don't like. Boxing knowledge, he's got it galore. So I thought, what do? Do I ban him mid-show? Do I just press the ban button mid-show? Or do I let the show go, leave the show, and then ban him after? So that's what I did, option B. Yes, character is defined. Is that how you define character? Character is defined by what you accept. That's one definition. I'm sure there are many definitions. I'm sure I'll go for a more wordy definition personally. That's one definition for sure. But anyway, yes, thanks for the contribution. So I let the show go on, and then at the end of the show, boom, I press the ban button. Okay, so now Mr. Angry's gone. Mr. Angry's gone. So then, okay, a few weeks go by, and it seems like Mr. Angry doesn't realize he's banned. That's all good. Doesn't realize he's banned, so fine. So now, a few weeks after that, Mr. Angry realizes that he's banned. Okay, it's a bit awkward. I didn't want to have to do it, but I had to do it because I don't want that vibe. So I banned Mr. Awkward. He realizes, he goes into Tommy's chat. This is where Tommy's chat comes into it. He goes into Tommy's chat and he say something to the nature of, I didn't realize, I just found out that I'm banned from Raphie's channel. So I think to myself, well, how do I respond to that? I can't just type a few words like, yes, you are, or, because it doesn't go into the fullness of it. So I intended to respond, but I didn't respond straight away. And furthermore, the comment wasn't directed specifically at me. Although he did ask, why was I banned? So I guess that was directed at me. But it would take more than a few words. Listen, I've been trying to explain it now for 55 minutes. How am I going to contain that in a few words? So okay. So I didn't respond. A few weeks go by. This happened probably, 7 weeks ago? The banning happened about 7 weeks ago. Okay. So I didn't respond. And then Nexus 1 back in the building, along with Red Glove Militant, John Dealey, Get This Smoke, Ped, Toby Bartlett, Big Unit, Pablo Diablo, Debro, yeah. So a few weeks ago, when was it? I'll give you the exact date. Something happened, and in fact, the other character, the catalyst, the man who sparked me leaving Tommy's chat, he was in our chat. Bitter guy, another bitter guy, but this guy is bitter and destructive. More so, he's even more bitter and destructive. Turns out, I've heard since, he's a notorious troll, long-time troll. So when Mr. Angry came at me and said yes in response to my video, he says yes. I didn't even posted this video in Tommy's chat. It was another video he'd seen. So he'd seen I had posted the BFTB video, you know, for you guys to have some entertainment. Cal L is in the building. Cal L is a very welcome guy. He's a, where's Marty Fields? Is Marty Fields back? Marty Wilder? Marty, there was a guy called Marty in here. He used to be cool. He's a cool guy. He hasn't come in for a long time. Yes, but Cal L is back. Good to know that you're working hard, bro, making that money for yourself. And if you got a family for them, that is definitely the priority. So great to have you back in the chat. It's great to have you back in the chat. So Cal L is back. Okay, so. Okay, well, there's a guy, Marty Fields, who used to come in here. We had a little misunderstanding, or he cracked a little joke when he was drunk. We ain't seen him since. So, yeah, so Mr. Angry responded to the video, not to the video I posted, but to another video that I hadn't posted. Got angry and said, this is in Tommy's little backroom chat thing. And so this other guy comes in. Oh, Mr. Angry says, yeah. So he stored up this anger. Mr. Angry has stored up this anger against me. Stored up this anger against me. He goes, yes. So that video, this other video, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna counter your points. I'm gonna counter your points. And don't try taking your video down. Don't try taking your video down because I've got this. I've downloaded your video. So don't try taking it down. I'm thinking, wow. If there was anything that you wanted to say to me about the video, you could have done so. You could have done so. So why are you jumping in like this and getting angry and getting mad and getting all vexed? And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna post a video. And yeah. And I'm gonna. What? Do what you want to do. Weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Post what you want to post. Why would I care about what you do? Do you not see that I'm in my lane? If you wanted to come to me and say, hey, Raph, you could drop this a little bit better. You could do this, you could do that, you could do A, B, and maybe if you want to throw in a little bit of C, you could do that too. You could throw in a little bit too. Yeah? But no. Comes out with just venom. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And don't try taking your stuff down because I've already downloaded it. Man's on some next level vexation shit. I thought, wow. Okay, cool. So I was like, lol, yeah, I look forward to it. Yeah. I still don't think that video's come out yet. I was like 3 days ago. Was that 3 days ago? Was that like 3 days ago? Was that like 3 days ago? I still ain't seen that video yet. I think at the beginning of the week, man said he was releasing 16 videos this week. Or 14. I ain't seen nothing but live shows. Where are the videos? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hey. That's for you, you know? That's for you. I've released probably 16 videos this week. I don't know. Maybe 3 a day. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Probably be like about 20 by the end of the week. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do that. I just do it. Don't make any grand announcements. Just do it. I haven't got to shout from the high steeple. I just do it. 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 I just do it, bro. I just do it. Know what I mean? No grand announcements. No singing and shouting about it. None of that. You know why? I just do it. I just do it. Remember that Nike? Remember that Nike emblem? Just do it. Just do it. Ain't no singing and dancing necessary, bro. No singing and dancing necessary. Just do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Feel me? All right. Okay. So, man gets up in his vexation, next level. So now this other guy, this is a secondary player now. He sees one man. You know how people stay. You know how people stay. So one man sees one man going to take a bite. So he goes, yes, I've been waiting for this. We can go in on Raphie now. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in Mad Dog style. I'm coming in. Now this little rat bag, this little wanker, pardon my expression. What we're gonna code name this guy? What we're gonna code name this guy? Let's code name this guy the green. Let's code name this guy Froggy. Let's code name this guy Froggy. Green Frog. Let's code name him the Green Frog. Now the Green Frog has been in here before. I could sense his feelings. Let's call this guy Kermit. Let's call this guy Kermit. This is the secondary guy now. Okay, so Kermit now comes in. Yeah, he wants to take a bite now. You know, the attack has been started, but the guy who started the attack, he's retreated now. It's clever, smart. Mr. Angry started the attack, but now he's retreated. Now Kermit comes in. Yeah, trying to take a little Kermit. Have you ever seen a frog bite anything? Do frogs have teeth? Do frogs have teeth? I don't know. I didn't feel nothing. I just felt like I was being nipped by a frog. I was being nipped by a Kermit. So Kermit tried to take some nips. I don't know if that's a joke. I'm hoping it is from Red Glove Militant. No, we have not. We are going to when I finish this, but the priority is this. You know what I'm saying? The priority is this, what I'm saying. I'm not saying this for the fun of it. It's stuff that needs to be talked about so you guys can understand going forward. I'm addressing that to Nexus 1. Something I need to talk about so you guys can understand going forward. Yeah, no teeth but very big mouths. So, okay, no problem. Cool. So Kermit comes in now, start taking all Raphie, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, talking like this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Now all this stored up resentments. I think why is the resentment? Why is the resentment from Kermit and maybe a few other wankers? Pardon my expression. I think there's jealousy. Why should anybody be jealous of me? I don't know. Maybe it's because I come in, do my own thing. I'm in my own lane, and I've been doing it for 5 months. But yet, it's smooth. It's smooth over here. It's really smooth over here. It's cool. I built up, with the help of you people, a really cool community of people. A really cool community of people. A really cool community of people. And I don't know, maybe this here, just what you're seeing here, maybe that's a cause of jealousy for certain people. Yeah, multiple angles, multiple angles of jealousy. Nobody said it, but I feel it. Yeah, I go off my feelings. I told myself a few years ago, trust your instincts. My instincts have proven correct over my logic on so many occasions. I've had to try to convince myself to trust your instincts. My instincts are good. My instincts are good, bro. My instincts are really, really good. And my instincts told me to get out of Tommy's thing a long time ago. Sporting Icons left it. A few others left it. Boxing Librarian left it. Who else left it? Yeah, a number of people. Ross Clark left it. And I left it after I saw that Mr. Angry started the attack, and then Kermit the Frog jumped in too. You know what I'm saying? I thought, I don't want these people bringing me down to no kind of downward level. Yes, indeed. So I laughed off these foolish kiddie attacks. Yes, John Daly, I just read that. I laughed. That's why I laughed. If anybody's wondering why I laughed, just read John Daly's statement. It's from one of my videos. Which one? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's when Tyson Fury said that I put it on Joshua. I put it on him. I put it on him in a pub. And he didn't want it. He didn't want it. My response was, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said, do you want it then? Do you want it then? Do you want it then? And I said, the appropriate response is, well, no, sir. I appreciate your advances, but I already have a girlfriend. Thank you, sir, and good day. Something of that nature. But you'd have to find the video and watch it. It's quite funny. John Dealey reminded me of it. So, yeah, so I'm being attacked by Mr. Angry. Threatened that he's going to make a counter video to expose me. I still haven't seen the video. Where's the video, bro? Then the frog, Kermit the Frog, comes out, tries to take a few nips at my ankles. I went, this is now low grade. This is low grade. We're still on about Mr. Angry, Mr. Craig McNulty. We're still on about Mr. Angry. This is about life. This is not just about boxing. It's about boxing and life itself. Yeah, boxing and life itself. So, and there will be a conclusion to this. So it's not just a never-ending story. It's a story which comes to a conclusion. Okay, so it's well worth your while if you're into that kind of thing. If you like a good story. A lot of people tune in here for my stories. So, now I decide, no. So I thought, I'm going to be the bigger man here. I just do a few, I just... Okay, yeah, oh, blah, blah, blah. A couple of insults come away. Oh, yeah, very nice. Oh, yeah, this, that, the other. Oh, very nice. Yeah, cool, no problem. I'm busy. I'm a working man, and I'm trying to pump out videos by the day, multiples daily. I haven't got any time to divert my attention from Raphael Dawkins' Combat Radio to go and listen to some fool. No. It's a guy from the United Kingdom or this region. It's not an American. So, and I don't want to call his name because that would seem like an attack. I'm just telling you what the situation is. I will open the phone lines up and Mr. Angry will have the right to reply. Yeah. So. I remember Dave Allen saying he could beat any heavyweight in a pub toilet. So, yeah. So now I thought, yo, this is some low-grade shizzle. Low-grade shizzle, too low-grade for me. The anger, the rage, the jealousy is just pouring out. It's just pouring out. I got to get the hell on up out of here. Should have done it weeks ago. I sensed it. I can't be around this type of deprivation. No, can't do that. So I thought about that on the night, and then in the morning or the afternoon of the very next day, Kermit the Frog goes at another guy. Kermit the Frog goes at another guy, another content creator. Starts blazing him about something that had nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. So he starts going in on him. So the Boxing Jedi goes in hard on Kermit the Frog. And I thought, you know what? I got to give Kermit the Frog a piece of my mind too, because I thought about it overnight. Pablo Diablo. So I thought about it over the night, and I thought, yeah, Kermit the Frog. Yeah, he's going to have to get it. So I got in that chat, and I offloaded on him. I offloaded on him like I could have done and maybe should have done the day before. I offloaded. I gave him what for, and I spoke to him in a most ungentlemanly manner, just like he deserved. Just like he deserved. Kermit the Frog. Yeah? Mr. AA. Mr. Boxing Blunts. Got it from all angles. First of all, it was the Boxing Jedi. Said, yo, don't come around here no more. He's blocked. And some other respected guys, including Ross Clark. And of course, finally, myself. Don't want nothing to do with that window liquor. Yeah, with that window liquor. That good for nothing, trolling, no channel having, but want to criticize everybody else who does outside of his little clique. Outside of his little clique. Yeah, we're talking about the frog. Talking about the frog, the dirty frog. Yeah, so everybody just, yeah, put him asunder. Put him asunder. Yeah, want to come pointing fingers. Yeah, so put him asunder. We put him asunder. So, but remember, that's the frog. So now we go back to Mr. Angry. Throughout all this, Mr. Angry is silent. And then Mr. Angry comes out and says, well, I'm impartial. I'm impartial. He's over at Jedi saying, I'm impartial. So if you want to have the debate over at my channel, hey, come on through. Because apparently Mr. Angry is impartial. Nah, he ain't impartial, bro. Not at all. Not impartial. Not impartial. Okay, now this is about life itself. We're talking about life. So, ladies and gentlemen, come with me as I walk you through this thing. Come with me as I walk you through this thing. I'm going to type into my computer. I'm going to type in the word biased. And we're going to prove a few things right here, right now. Bias. Okay, hold on. Let me share. Application window. Boom. Share. I'm going to walk you through this. What does it say, bias? Should put it here. Bias. I'm going to prove to you. Okay, I hope you can see this. Where's my phone? Should be on my phone. I hope you can see this. No, it's too small. No, it's too small. Okay, so bias. Inclination or prejudice for or against a person or group, especially in a way considered to be unfair. There was evidence of bias against. Anyway, that's not where I'm getting at. It goes deeper than that. Because it's a little bit more subtle than that. Okay, now listen. Now here we get to it, because that's not it. That's how people normally think of bias. But with the real subtle meaning of bias is as follows. Partiality, partisanship, favoritism. Okay, so the real meaning of bias. People only think of bias in one way, but the real meaning of bias is almost one setting. It's a setting. It's a setting. So it's like you set your stereo. You know how much bass you want. You know how much treble you want. You know how much back in the day we used to have equalizers. You know how much mid-range you want. So everyone has a bias. Everyone is biased. Everyone has a preference. Everyone knows how they want their setup to sound. Everyone knows how back in the day when we used to have equalizers, you'd set it, you know, the exact amount of mid-range you want. You know, the exact amount of bass you want. You know, the exact amount of treble you want. Okay? So anybody who tells you they are not biased, that's a load of crapola. Everyone has a bias. Everyone knows how they want their girl to look. Georgie, Porgy up in the building. Everyone has a bias. Do you like your lady to be short? That's a bias. Do you like your lady, you prefer your lady to be tall? That's a bias. Do you like your lady to have a flat belly? That's a bias. Do you like your lady to have a round belly? That's a bias. Do you like your lady to be able to run for a bus or to struggle to run for a bus? That's a bias. Bias is a point of view, a point of reference. Everybody is biased. Everybody is biased. Everyone has their bias. So for a man to tell me he has no bias, do you like your lady hairy or bushmeister, bushmiss, bushy, like the forests, like the Amazon forest? John Dealey, I was wondering where he was going with the first few words. He said, some men like their women to get two black eyes if they run for a bus. That's self-inflicted, folks. It took me a second to get it. Self-inflicted by her own anatomy. I prefer not. I prefer them to be neat and trim in the pectoral area. I just like a well-toned derriere. You know, lady who does one-legged lunges. Yeah, lunges and squats and straight-legged deadlifts. That, and can run for a bus. And catch me if I tried to run away from her, which happened once. I was very embarrassed. A woman caught me. I was trying to run away from her in my youth, and she caught up with me. It was highly embarrassing. She was my girl. I wanted to get some distance. I was a bit fed up with her, so I thought I'd do a little sprint and get away from her. Next thing I know, she's right next to me. Humiliating. Utterly humiliating. Single leg deadlift. But I like the lunges as well. I like the lunges. I like a girl who can do a nice lunge. You know, the walking lunges. Very admirable. So for a man, if a man tells you he is not biased, oh, please, what an utter load of nonsense. Every living soul is biased. Every living soul is biased. Even children are biased. You give them a red cake or a green cake, they will have a preference. The meaning of bias is preference. Preference. Everyone has their preferences on almost every single subject. Now, when you have a man pretending that he's not biased, when everybody knows everybody's biased, what's that all about? What is that all about? To have a man say, I am unbiased. Everybody has their biases. Everybody by nature is biased. We all have our biases, which means preferences. So why would a man pretend he is not biased when by nature we are all biased? What is that all about? What is that all about? We're all biased. We all have our biases. And that's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people declare their biases and some people pretend they have none. That is impossible. It is impossible not to have preferences. The only way a man could not have preferences, you'd have to be brain damaged. Yo, do you want this or do you want that? I don't care. You choose for me. You choose for me. You choose for me. You'd have to be brain damaged not to have biases, my friend. Everybody has biases. So miss me with that crapola. I'm unbiased. Unbiased? Even, I'm tempted to swear now, even high court judges have biases. They're supposed to be unbiased. They're not unbiased. Yeah? I was in the hospital. Yeah? I was in the hospital. I had a hernia operation. Jeez, was that painful. Yeah? It was like, where was it? It was just under the waistline. Just under the waistline. And it's like, basically, they have to basically cut through. It's like cutting through a steak. There's a lot of muscle in the area. So they literally had to cut through like a steak, a thick, juicy steak. Then they have to, what do they have to do? Because that's part of your intestines or whatever, wants to poke out. So they have to cut through the meat, thick meat. Then I think they have to stitch gauze. Yeah, they have to stitch gauze in that area and then stitch the gauze into the muscle, close it up, close up the muscle, close up the steak. Imagine a thick steak, close it up, sew that in, sew the gauze in, close it up. I guess they have to put some stitches in the outer side, the inside, maybe in the middle, and then on the outside of the meat. Then they have to, I don't know, I've never watched that, I'm imagining. Then they have to stitch up your skin. They have to stitch up your skin. That's an operation I had. And there was a few people who were having hernia operations on this particular ward. When I woke up, the pain, it was intense. It was intense. When I came around, the first thing I did was I shouted out an obscenity, 2 words, which were quite obscene, rude words. First one begins with F, and the second one begins with H. FH. Okay? FH. So the nurse looked at me and said, "Excuse me." And I thought, F you. I thought that. I didn't say that. But I thought, if you could feel this pain, then you'd be saying some choice words too. But anyway, I kept my own counsel. I didn't say anything else. Man, I wheel you back to the bed. And if you think about the abs, every move you make, if you turn left or right, it activates the abs. The abs are activated. If you turn left, if you turn right, the abs are activated. So if you try to sit up in bed, the abs are activated. And every time I activated the abs, the pain was intense. They just cut through the muscle. They just cut through some thick meat. So of course they give you some painkillers. And I just understood that anytime I tense my abs, even slightly, to sit up or anything, there was going to be intense pain. And it's kind of crazy because they see it as a day job, day release. They do you in the morning. I don't think I slept over. I'm pretty sure I was released the same day. They give you a few hours to recover, then they ship you out. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I didn't stay overnight. They just load you up with painkillers. Yeah, give me some more, please. Give me some more. Give me some more. So, got out of there. Now, before I got out of there, I was in there for a good few hours first. They load you up with painkillers before they let you loose. And then one guy, I think he was an Indian guy, was wheeling him back in. And as they wheeled him back in, he shouted out, "Oh God!" More than once. They wheeled him somewhere. "Oh God!" In that same accent. They wheeled him in somewhere. Oh, God. So the nurse said to him, I remember the nurse mocking him. She goes, oh, you must have a really low pain threshold. And I thought, you cheeky, you cheeky. The man's there saying, oh, God. And the nurse is mocking him, telling him he's got a low pain threshold. And I'm sitting there in pain, and I know exactly how much pain it is. It's excruciating, especially in the abdomen. That's where it happens. It happens in the abdomen region. So if you have a hernia, almost by definition, it is in the abdomen area. And anytime you move left, right, back, forward, the pain kicks in. The pain kicks in. So she tells him, oh, you must have a really low pain threshold. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. So now, I almost forgot the purpose of it. No, they didn't. No, they kept me in overnight. I remember now. They kept me in overnight because that's the point of the story. That's the point. Yeah, there's kids listen to this show, bro. There's kids listen to this show. So they kept me in overnight, and that's the point of this story, because I was wondering where the hell am I going with this, and I've suddenly remembered. I remember now. The point of the story is this. Talk about biases. A man trying to tell me he's got no biases? Yeah, really? Please, I'm an intelligent man. Don't miss me with that crap. Miss me with that crap. No biases. You have biases every single day. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you have biases. Your toothpaste expresses a bias. The soap you use expresses a bias. The color of your flannel expresses your bias. The toilet paper, your choice of toilet paper expresses a bias. Your choice of deodorant is an expression of your bias. The color of your car, the type and make and model, the engine size, is it petrol or diesel, expresses a bias. The meals you eat, vegan, meat eater, vegetarian, all of those things express a bias. You drink milk, you don't drink milk, that expresses a bias. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you yourself are an expression of a set of biases. Okay, so next it says 1 out of Chinder just to test her pain threshold. She was so snooty. Oh, you must have a really low pain threshold. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there in excruciating pain. I thought, you cheeky little wretch. But anyway, so they wheel me up. They wheel me up now to a ward, because they kept me in overnight, which I just remembered, because this is where I started the story. So there was a guy who had been wheeled in before me, because we were in a wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair. And then I was wheeled into this ward. It was a really nice ward. There were 2 wards. There was a really nice one. This one was like a little private. It wasn't a private suite because it wasn't me alone, but there was a few biases requires unfair. No. Bias is just your particular taste. It's nothing to do with unfair. That's where people are misunderstanding, get this smoke. Bias does not mean unfair. You could have a bias towards fairness. Bias does not automatically mean unfair. You could have a bias to the left, to the right, or central, but you still have a bias. It is, where is that line? Where is your line? Where is your line of bias? To the left, to the right, or central? Even if it's central, you still have a bias. Okay, so I was wheeled in, the guy was wheeled in front of me to this nice small ward, only about six beds. Nice, small, cozy, nice. And there was another ward apparently, which was less nice. So I get wheeled in, and the first thing I do is there's a very attractive nurse. I think she was the sister. She was kind of in charge. She was attractive enough for me to make me smile at her. So they wheel me in. And I look at her, and I liked her face, so I smiled at her. And she looked at me longer than she needed to. And then she said, okay, send that one, that's the other guy, send him to such and such a place. And this guy, pointing to me, he stays here. Put him in that bed. And then the nurse, who was wheeling the other guy in, said, but she said, don't argue. The nurse, the pretty nurse said, don't argue with me. Send him to such and such. That's the other guy. And the nurse just kind of wheeled the other guy out. Later on, people told me that this is the nice place. The other place is not so nice. It's kind of a big ward. This is like a little private kind of little area. Nice place. Nice place. So that nurse, for whatever reason, had a bias, had some kind of bias towards me. She had some kind of bias that made her put the other guy in the not so nice place and put me in the nicer place. That was a bias. That was a bias. And we all have them. And biases aren't necessarily bad. You could be biased towards fairness. You could be biased towards unfairness. You could be biased to the left of the particular political system. Or you could be biased to the right of the political system. Or you could be a centralist. You could be a kind of person who likes to go down the middle. But guess what? That is still a bias. That is still a bias. Okay. Yeah, scary stuff. Scary stuff indeed. Okay, so yeah, so bias. I just want to talk about bias and all this thing, and people saying they are unbiased. There's lots of content creators out there trying to present themselves as unbiased. There is no such thing as unbiased when it comes to what a human being favors. You will always have preferences. Okay, Pablo Diablo, it's been good to have you, my friend. It's been good to have you. So you will always have biases. You got Pablo, the Ped, the John Dealey, the Pablo, the Craig McNulty, Red Glove Militant, Get This Smoke, John Dealey, Red Glove, Nexus 1. Okay, so for a content creator, a lot of content creators try to pretend that they're unbiased. It's a load of crapola. It's a load of crapola. Everyone has their biases. Everyone has their preferences. A bias is a preference. And for someone to pretend that they don't have preferences is a load of crapola. We all have preferences which are expressed from the moment we get up. Even a baby has preferences. Try feeding a little toddler something they don't like. They will rebel. They will rebel. Even a toddler can't even speak yet. They'll let you know what they like and what they don't like. Okay, so let's get back to Mr. Angry. I had somebody come at me. Well, first of all, I got out of Tommy's group. Tommy's chat group. It was toxic. That area is toxic, and you have people pretending to be unbiased in there. So they're always holding that shit in within themselves. They're always holding that crap in, pretending to be unbiased when, of course, they really are biased. Everybody's biased. Everybody has a bias. Okay, so I got out of Tommy's toxic group, and it felt so good. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God, I'm free at last. That was toxic. You know, when you come out of a toxic relationship, a toxic situation, when you come out of a toxic situation, it just feels so good. Just feels so good. Should have done it weeks ago. Boxing Librarian done it. Sporting Icons done it. The Boxing Jedi done it recently. Just got out of there. Hypocrisy is a byproduct of bias. Or pretending you're not biased when you are biased, when you as human beings by definition are biased, and they're saying you're not biased. Come on, miss me with that. Miss me with that. People trying to pretend they're not biased when, me personally, I mean, I can see straight through that crap. Of course you're biased. Of course you're biased. Everybody's biased. You're biased, I'm biased, he's biased, she's biased, we're all biased. Don't pretend to be unbiased. It's crap. Yeah, John Dealey's right. John Dealey's right. Yeah. Hypocrisy is a result of double standard. Yeah, and Tommy Temper's right too. Hypocrisy is not, yeah, it's denial. Hypocrisy, yeah, is associated with. Yeah, you got some, just get this smoke, you're a bit mixed up, my friend, I'm afraid to say, just in my opinion. Just in my opinion. Heinrich, it's about boxing and life. It's about boxing and life. Is Heinrich back? No boxing. No. Red Glove Militant just told you what it is. We're talking about a situation, very important situation. I'm probably going to have to do a morning show, an afternoon show, a lunchtime show tomorrow to compensate for not talking about so much boxing. But this was essential. And I haven't finished yet. We've still got a few minutes to go. I haven't finished yet. We're going to at least 11, probably beyond. But this was something that needed to be out there, needed to be said. There's some bullshittery going on. Okay, and more, furthermore, Mr. Angry mentioned my name to another content provider. Oh, so that was the nurse story, just to show you about bias. She looked at me, and maybe she liked me the way I liked her. Not that we were going to run away together, nothing like that. You know, I got a lady. I think I had a lady then too. But it was just, she was biased towards liking me. I think the smile may have swayed her. Maybe he didn't smile at her. I smiled at her because she looked very nice. Mr. Angry is a guy who I had to block from the channel, and he's been holding some kind of simmering grudge against me. It's very clear to me. So anyway, so this other content, we're finished with the story of bias now, bro. I just have to let you know that everybody's biased. Somebody tells you they're not biased, they're basically full of shit. Sorry, just the way it is. Everybody's biased. Tommy Temper is biased towards McGregor. Not McGregor, Fury. He's biased towards Fury, Tyson Fury. I must have known Tommy Temper for about 5 weeks, been talking to Tommy Temper for about 5 weeks, every other day. And I didn't know he was a Fury fan, Tyson Fury fan, for about 5 weeks. He kept it to himself. But if it never came out, I don't know how it came out, it just came out. But if it never came out, he could pretend to be unbiased. Tommy Temper could pretend to be unbiased. And in the 5 weeks that we were speaking, he kept it to himself. So in a sense, I perceived him to be somewhat unbiased. I perceived him to be. But of course, everyone is biased. And eventually, after 5 weeks, I got to know what his bias was. And his bias is towards Tyson Fury. And he will tell you that. But for 5 weeks, I didn't know that. When I initially got to know him, I didn't know that. I think he was already a mod in this thing before I knew that he had a preference for Tyson Fury. Not that he wasn't biased, but he kept his bias to himself. So just because a man keeps his bias to himself, it doesn't mean he's unbiased. Tommy Temper held it to himself for about 5 weeks. Just imagine if you had to go through life pretending. Yeah, is he hell? Just imagine if you had to go through life pretending on a daily basis that you are unbiased. When we know, by virtue of the fact that you're a human being, you're automatically biased. You have a bias, we have a bias, everybody has a bias. Everyone is biased. And it's not a bad thing. It's a real thing. It's just reality. We all have biases. We are all somewhere on the spectrum. Are you to the left of the spectrum politically? Are you to the right of the spectrum politically? Or are you central? Because you're somewhere. Even if you don't know much about politics, if you had it explained to you, you would fit somewhere on the scale, on the spectrum. There would be a reading. Every fucker is biased. Pardon my expression. So to tell me you're unbiased, please, that is highly disingenuous. Disingenuous, that means not genuine. Crapola. That's what it is. Crapola. Okay, so yeah, John Dealey, educate Tommy for me. Educate Tommy for me. John Dealey's giving Tommy some reading material. Okay, so that unbiased business is pure crap. Very sorry to say, but it's pure crap. Okay, so now, Mr. Angry, I got approached. Was it yesterday or the day before? I got approached by another guy, a content creator from a foreign land. And he said, Raphie, I've just heard that you banned Mr. Angry. Okay, so I think to myself, that's interesting. And also, yeah, you banned him because you said to him that he was too intelligent for your channel. That's what this guy said to me. You banned Mr. Angry and you said to him that he was too intelligent for your channel. Your words, Raphie. Your words. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna need to go and get a soft drink because we have to thrash this out. This could be another 20 minutes. We're gonna have to thrash this out. I'm gonna go and get a soft drink. Hold on a second. Listen to the music. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the music. Give me 20 seconds. Guess who's back? Okay. I'm refreshed. I'm recharged. I'm reloaded. Okay, so. Right, where's my face? Where's my face? There it is. Is it back? We're back. Okay, so I've got my beverage. Okay, give me a few more minutes. Right, so this other content creator who we mutually know. Remember this, Mr. Angry's been on here for years. Mr. Angry's been on here for years. Guns loaded and ready. Tommy Temper's in the house. Nexus One's in the house. Red Glove Militant's in the house. Ped's in the house. Who else? Heinrich Smith's. So much hate here. So much hate here. Here. So much hate here. This is a place where there ain't hate here. Nexus One says, give Mr. Angry's initials. Well, I'm going to open up the phone line shortly, and Mr. Angry can come in and give his side of the story. Hate here? Absolutely not. I'm talking about hate coming in. Incoming hate. There ain't no outgoing hate. There ain't no outgoing hate. If you mean by here, you mean on YouTube. Negative energy here? No. We're talking about incoming negativity. If you listen, but you come in and go out and you're not hearing it. You come in, you go out, but you're not hearing it. Who else? So, okay. So this other content creator who I've known for a short while, he's known for a number of years, approaches me in one of my videos, comes in one of my videos and says, he could have private messaged me. This other guy could have private messaged me. He could have put it in Hangouts. He could have wrote me a note in Hangouts about his concerns. Are we connected? He could have private messaged me. There's a number of ways he could have private messaged me. But this other content creator, a friend of Mr. Angry's, comes at me and says in one of my videos, I didn't even see for an hour. I'm not always in my videos. I work for a living. So I see about an hour later. But he goes, yeah, Raphie, I heard you just banned such and such. Really? Really? Just banned him? Banned him 7 weeks ago. I just heard you ban such and such. Yeah? 7 weeks ago. 7 weeks ago. I heard you banned him. And he's, oh yeah, what did he say? He said, because he's too knowledgeable for your show. Because your words, Raphie, your words. Now here's where it gets juicy. Here's where it gets juicy. Okay. Let me give you the exact date. I will give you the exact date when this fella, I called him on Skype because he come into a chat and said, Raph, why am I banned? He used a different name. He's got multiple accounts. He's got multiple accounts. So, he's a good friend of Tommy's. Multiple accounts. So, content creator. So he came in under one of his accounts and said, Raphie, why am I banned? And I said, I will talk to you off air, because I didn't want to air it out on air. Not because I'm hiding anything on my end, but because I didn't want any embarrassment to be on his end. So I said to him, I'll talk to you off air. So later that day, the 15th day of the 6th month, that's the 15th of June. Okay, 15th of June. I can give you the exact time. I called him, or he messaged me on the 15th of June at 15:47. I called him back 15. I called him back a couple of hours later, 5 minutes or 35 minutes past 5 p.m. He didn't pick up. 2 minutes later, he calls me back. And the telephone call lasted for, or the Skype call lasted for 2 hours, 37 minutes. 2 hours, 37 minutes. Okay, I've got it here. Still got it. Got it on Skype. Got the record of it on Skype. Okay. Right. So, in that 2 hours, 35 minutes, we had what I would describe as a cordial chat. Are we talking about Jedi? Absolutely not. We're absolutely not talking about Jedi. It's a UK guy. It's a UK guy. So in that 2 hours, 37 minutes, Skype call, we had what I would describe as a cordial chat, where I explained everything that I've explained to you, I explained to him. And during that chat, as that chat got deeper in, I said to him, you know, it's the first time I've ever enjoyed talking to you. That was the level of honesty. I was just honest with the guy. So I said, your miserableness, your bitterness, the sourness, those are characteristics which I do not enjoy. I don't like those characteristics. On the flip side, you are very knowledgeable about boxing. I do appreciate that. But that does not outweigh those other characteristics. The bitterness, the sourness, the always miserable, the always angry. I do not like those traits, and I don't feel that those traits fit in with this channel. Those aren't traits that I want for the channel. I don't like those traits and I don't want those traits, and it doesn't fit in with this channel and it doesn't fit in with my crowd. Not at all. It's not what I want. It's not what I want for my channel. So we had a conversation about that, and he told me, he gave me certain things which could be considered mitigating circumstances, health issues, which I'm not going to go into, other issues, which I'm not going to go into, although he has spoken about these issues himself. It's up to him to speak about it again. He went into it in depth on another. He got called out by an American channel, and where they said he was a liar. He made false claims to them. He told lie after lie about his life. And then he went on that channel, the American channel, and then admitted to these things. Apparently, he was in a job which was high paid. He was a high paid guy. And yeah, he had a particular job, high grade job. And then these were things that he told these American guys. But then the American guys said, well, I was on a chat with him, live chat. And I looked around and I could see his house. He said, that's not a high paid guy's house. I looked around and went outside and I could see his neighborhood. I said, that's not a high paid guy's neighborhood. And I put the pieces together, piece by piece. And it became clear that the guy was a liar. Didn't have no high grade job. Didn't have no high paid income. Didn't have no high paid job. Didn't have no high paid income. Didn't have, you see, the guy, okay, so I will send you, I just received a message. I'm going to end your channel, you retard. That is from Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. And he says, enjoy. So this is Boxing Talk and News threatening to end my channel. Okay, so at this stage in the proceedings, I will send a link, invite people. Okay, Unrivaled, you've come in very aggressively. Okay, I had not named you, but you've named yourself. So be it. Okay, if you wish to discuss the matter, then put your email in the chat. But nobody's going to end my channel, bro. You're not going to end my channel, and nobody else is going to end the channel. So Unrivaled, you okay? So show the thing. Okay, Unrivaled, yeah. I never mentioned you, and you called me a very harsh word. So for absolutely, you're going to ruin I'm going to ruin all your content, says Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. So Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News says that I was rubbishing him. Okay, so that's interesting. At not one point did I rubbish you. How did I rubbish you? So Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News says he's going to end my channel. He claims, what's up, Unrivaled? You sound bitter, bro. I didn't say you were rubbishing. I said you were trash talking. Trash talking? I don't think I was trash talking. I was basically saying the reason why I banned a particular guy from my channel. So, okay, Unrivalled says that I was talking shit. You can think what you want, says Unrivalled. Yeah, I don't understand. Why would you not just come on and say your piece? Why? Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News says my content is ish. And you know, Jackal. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. My content is ish. Okay, we had a 2-hour discussion where you laughing. We had a 2-hour discussion where you complimented my channel. Where you yeah. Hold on a second. Where are we? Uno momento. Uno momento. New conversation. Boom. Boom. Okay. Right. Got that. Yeah. Okay. Got that. Prove you know boxing. Prove it right now. Prove you know it. You casual. That's awesome. This is awesome. This is shaping up nicely. Let's go. Okay. I've got your email right here. Let me just send this link to you. Boom, boom. Feel the energy. Yeah, uno momento. Uno momento. Boom, boom. New group. Yeah, new group. Where are we? Where are we? Have I sent it to you? Have I sent it to you? Have you received it? Where are we? Unrivaled Talk and News. Have you received it? Nope, nope. Okay, hold on. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Okay, hang tight. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, you're right there. You're right there. Link. Have you got it? Hold on. Unknown? Yeah. Click. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get this out to you. Yeah, okay. I see now. Okay. So, Unrivaled, I'm about to send you this link. And just remember that this is This topic is about why you were banned from my channel. And a guy, friend of yours, another content creator, came at me and said, why have you just banned? Why did I just found out you banned Unrivalled. Why is this? And he says that you said to him that he was too knowledgeable for my channel. Your words, Raphie. Your words. Your words. Okay, so Unrivalled, I didn't mention your name. I'm about to send you the link, so don't fret. I didn't mention your name, but you came in to the chat because you had been unbanned for some time. So you just, boom, came in. And so now, no swearing. This is going to be a civilized dialogue. We're going to keep it to strictly facts about, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. We're going to keep it to simply facts. And that's how we are going to do it. So, where are we? Okay, so it's going to be nice and polite. Okay, 1 second. Let me get into this. Where are we? Let me get the moderator in. Okay, where are we? Boom. So, oh no, I think I've, no, I've typed the wrong thing. Give me a second. Stay with me, Unrivalled. It's, yeah, be patient, be patient. I've sent the wrong thing. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. I sent the wrong thing to the moderator. Just getting the moderator in first. Hold on. Don't go away. Do not go away. Just send in the link to the moderator first. Una momento. I sent in the wrong one first. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. Let me get this pasted. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so the moderator has got one, and now to you, Unrivalled. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. New conversation. Oh, here you are. Here you are. Copy. Boom. Uno momento. Uno momento. Close that. Okay, so we've got the moderator in. Now to get Unrivalled in. Yeah, there you are. There you are. New conversation. Oh, boom. Paste. Boom. Okay, so remember, gentlemen, let's keep this nice and polite. Where are we? Okay. Come in nice and gently with the volume. Nice and gently with the volume. John Dealey, how you doing, mate?
I'm all right, Raphie. You?
Sweet as a nut, my friend. Sweet as a nut. Unrivalled Boxing has joined us. Hello, Unrivalled.
So who's the moderator who I've never seen before?
Who's the moderator? It's John.
John, Unrivalled.
John Dealey.
I have spoken to you on your content. I
like
your
never
content.
Seen before. Never seen before.
Well, it's all right. Look, I like your content. I think you're putting on good content. So I was just going to be here to try and keep things even.
Yeah.
keep things even. Right. So Raphie said that he wanted to debate why I was blocked from his channel or something. So long story short, someone came in. No, hold on. Someone came in trolling Raphie, right? Saying, "Is this where the casuals hang out?" That's a fact, is it not, Raphie?
Yeah, someone came in saying that.
Yeah. So someone came in. I asked Raphie, why did he block him? Raphie says, "Oh, this already established channel making me feel on edge about my content when I'm a new streamer. This guy, Unrivalled, the angry Irishman. Is this not what you said, Raphie? Is this not what you said?" I mean, I do have recordings of our conversation if you'd like for me to post them too.
Yeah, I'd like. I know that our 2 hour 37-minute conversation on Skype. I'm pretty confident that you recorded that.
Yep, of course.
My intuition told me that, and if you want to send me over a copy of that, I would appreciate that.
Oh, that's fine. I'll upload the entire thing to mine. If you would like to copyright my content, go ahead. That's what you do anyway. Moving on.
No. I said I'd be happy for you to send me the recording that you made of our private conversation. I'd be happy for you to send me a copy.
Well, it will be available on YouTube. Anyway.
Well, okay.
That's what happened.
I mean, you can.
Right? I'll continue on. I'll continue on with my points.
Hold on, it's my turn. So
I haven't finished.
No.
You just interrupted me. That's not how this works.
We'll do a little bite-sized chunk so everybody can keep up. So you called me. No, you sent me a message on Skype. I said let's talk because I said that we'd talk off air. You sent me a message, I think, yeah, and then
originally you told me to reach out to you on Skype after the stream. That's what you told me.
Yeah, cool,
yes.
Cool. So
then I messaged you. So you initiated that.
So you messaged me, and then I didn't see the message until 2 hours later. I called you. You didn't pick up, but then you called me back 2 minutes later.
Because I was walking in the door. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's right. And then we had a 2 hour 37-minute conversation. And but you can carry on from there.
Now, you told me the reason why I was blocked is because I made you feel on edge about your content because I said, why did you block this guy who was obviously just joking? And you blocked him, right? And that was that. I asked why. We ended up having this conversation. You explained to me the reason why is because me, someone who's an already established channel, when you're going solo and you're new to all of this, right? Was calling you out on your own screen when you're not used to the content that you're delivering, you're fidgeting left and right, blah, 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 blah. So in other words, you told me you felt insecure about the situation, which is absolutely fine. You're entitled to feel that way.
I'd like to come in at that stage so we keep it in bite-sized chunks. So you asked me why you were blocked, and I told you there were a number of reasons.
Those were the first reasons that you mentioned in the call. I'm going through this chronologically.
Okay, so you've got the tape. You made the tape recording. I didn't know he's recording it, but that's fine. So you've got the tape. So okay, actually, you go along chronologically. Yeah.
Then after you said that, you started to talk about boxing talk and how your channel is more provided to casual end people. And I said that doesn't make a lot of sense considering one of your most regular people on there is someone who's a historian himself, or a somewhat of an aspiring historian, I would say, in John.
John.
Who would know similar amounts of things that I would know. Yeah. John would know similar amounts of things that I would know. He's like myself. He's over on Cyberzone. He follows Tracy Callis. He follows the lineal lines. He's looking into all of that stuff on a daily and disputing it, as he would openly admit, and as he has admitted on your own stream by doing so. And then I said, okay, well, what's that about? And you said, well, I like to throw mud because I'm the type of person who'll correct people or like make them feel insecure in your channel and your setting because I know a bit too much, or I may talk too much, or I may not appease the natural standing or the waters. Your terminology, the waters, the little ripple effects. You see, some people will like to throw little stones and make it skip and make the water ripple, whereas I'll throw a big block in there or go around TP houses throwing mud in people's face. Now, this isn't something I would come up because this is obviously Raph, because it's a little bit out there, right? Okay. These type of words.
So I'll come in there. When I said about the ripples. What I said, and you said you're going to upload the tape. Mm-hmm. So what that will show is that what I said is that when your ripples, if I throw a stone in the river, and you throw a stone in the river, when our ripples come together, when those ripples meet, that would be the time when Unrivaled Boxing and Raphie meets, when those ripples meet. But what I was explaining...
You hadn't let me finish. I was going to get to that.
Okay, but I just want to come in bite-sized chunks, so, there's two ways. It's a two-way conversation. So, so what I was explaining, and I think that the recording that you made will vindicate, was that I was uncomfortable with your aggressive manner and tone. There's bitterness, and I've explained everything that I've explained previously on this thing will be in the tapes. So it wasn't you as an individual that I can't say I don't like someone I don't know, but the way you come across, what I perceive to be aggressiveness, the bitterness, the sourness is something that I personally doesn't appeal to me. And
that's absolutely fine.
I said all of that in the tape. Over to you.
Yes, you did. You also said that I don't fit in with the demographic of your channel. Yes,
I did.
You also said that it's based on my knowledge and how I talk, because you didn't know who I was until you went back through Kiwi Box's channel. This is your quote. And you remembered that I'm the angry Irish guy.
That's
because
right.
I was always upset about something,
That's
which
right.
is kind of the moral of boxing, isn't it? That people get kind of pissed off by everything. I mean, people who come in and watch your content, they're pissed off about negotiations 24/7. But me complaining about it on finer details, that's not really allowed. Now, in terms of the bitterness that I show or whatever, you kind of showed that to me by blocking me because I asked you a question, why? That also shows me as someone who's coming across as being bitter. Or someone who's coming across as being sensitive.
Rewind.
No, I haven't finished. I want to make this statement. No, I want to finish my statement. You're not the moderator. You're not the moderator. Let me finish my statement. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, but rewind.
You cut me off at points before I finished my statement previously. I'm going to finish it, and then you can ask questions on. My statement has literally one more sentence to it.
Okay, one more sentence, yeah.
Right? And now I've lost where I was.
Well, could you just rewind what you just said? I don't understand it. Please.
What do you want me to rewind? Which part?
What we just said.
Which part of it?
No, the previous statement.
I can't rewind exactly what I said, bro. Rewind it on your channel. Listen to it back.
Oh, okay. Continue.
I can't. You interrupted me.
Okay. So, okay. I guess it's my turn to come in. Okay. So, yeah. I will reiterate what I previously said. My issue with you was not as a human being because I don't know you. My issue with you being on the channel is, as I have expressed on this talk, the sourness, the perceived sourness, because everything's about perception, isn't it? It's the perceived sourness, the perceived bitterness, and the perceived angriness. It's just, those are traits which it's not my cup of tea, just not my cup of tea. And so I did say that this thing that I'm trying to create, this thing that I have created alongside with my subscribers, it's meant to be a kind of happy-ish place. It's a community, it's a warm community. There is warmth in the community which I have, along with my subscribers, created. Over to you, Mark.
So if that's the case, when I hadn't shown any signs of that in your chat, in your comment section, till that point, and I had only asked you a couple of questions, why was I deleted? Why was I blocked? If it's meant to be a happy community, why was I extra good?
Because you don't seem like a happy person is the short story. You seem like you seem like an angry person. That's my perception. You can say I'm not angry. I appreciate that. To me, I can only speak about my perception. You seem like an angry person, you come across as angry to me, sour and bitter. And that is the primary reason I didn't want you on my channel. That's the truth, and that's what I said in the tape.
Is that also the reason why people's comments keep getting deleted off of your page because they disagree with your viewpoint?
Deleted? How would you know that people's comments get deleted off my page?
Because they told me. Some of them, in fact, are moderators.
Some of them,
in fact, people, regular viewers of yours.
Some of
which are in the group chats. Some of which have stated this live about you.
Some of my moderators have told you that I delete comments.
Oh, they've said it live. They've said it on live channels. Actually live.
They've said it in my live chat.
Not in your live chat. They said it on live streams. It's been said.
On your live streams?
My live streams, their live streams, other live streams. It's been said a few times.
My moderators have live streamed. Only one of my moderators has a live stream, and that's Tommy Temper.
Well, Tommy said, "Oh, I don't mind saying. I'm not like you. I don't talk about people behind the back and not name them. I'm the type of person who's got to say who they are."
Who have I talked about behind their back?
You were talking about me behind my back.
Well, no.
You were referencing me. You didn't even have the balls to say my name, which is quite fucking depressing and all.
No, I have the balls to say your name. I kept you anonymous. You did not have to reveal yourself.
And then you wanted to go into something about me that has absolutely nothing to do with you, as a testament to my character based on something that happened 18 months ago.
Well, I'm talking about the person.
Which shows what you truly are. You're a drama star. Because you can't talk of boxing, because you are a big fun casual. And we all know this. Okay. Your content is genuinely pathetic. Most of it is talking about your debates with BFTB. Your knowledge on the sport is really ludicrous for someone who wants to be a content producer. Okay. And at the same point, you puddle the same narratives that constantly go on, talking about the StubHub ticket sales. Yeah. And saying that that's the reason why Matchrooms tickets and everything have, that they're close to 1,000, even though there's still 6,500 seats still available via the O2 website and another 1,400 via Fight Pass. And also the West Block has automatically been cancelled because they sold no seats in there. So I'm kind of curious as to why you pushed that. Oh, was it just based off of because you heard it off of YB because you can't come up with, unique content yourself? Or is it because you don't know stuff? Like I said, I want you to prove your boxing knowledge before anything.
So at this stage, this is my time to reply. You've made a number of angry and scurrilous statements.
You can say angry. You can say angry. I can say I made statements.
Can I reply to your scurrilous remarks? Okay, so you've made...
Well, what does the word scurrilous mean? It's not in the dictionary. Would you like to use a different word? Do you mean scrupulous?
Scurrilous. I said scurrilous. I said.
Well, you said scurrilous. You said scurr. You didn't say score.
I said scurrilous. So I would just like to respond to your scurrilous remarks. I don't know anything about boxing. Did I get that article from YB, etc., etc., and that I didn't have the balls to? You see, that's why I like to keep it bite-sized, because now there's a lot of things that I have to respond to. If you make one point at a time, it's much easier. So the reason I did not mention your name is that there was no need to mention your specific name.
Why did you even talk about me in the first place?
I was talking about this topic in reference to why I left Tommy's group. Yeah, because I find it toxic. You came at me in Tommy's group saying, you didn't approach me, you didn't say, hey, Raphie, you said this wrong, you got that wrong, you got the other wrong. You came out aggressively and said, right, I'm going to make a video to counter your video. Yep. And then I'm going to make a video to counter your video, and don't try to delete your video because I've already made a copy of your video. And
which I did.
Hold on, I haven't finished. And there's no point in deleting your video. So that's what you did. That's one. And then as a result of that, another guy comes out of the woodwork attacking me. So that is Boxing Librarians left that group, toxic group. Sporting Icons left that group, toxic group. Boxing Jedi's left that group, toxic group. Rasclats left that group, toxic group. And I left the group also. And so the reason I left the group is because of the toxic environment that it is.
Mhm.
And it was,
Oh, yeah.
and your
I've left that group. I've
sorry?
left that group twice. I've left that group twice and been reinvited.
Okay.
You see, you're going to peddle it off as me being the toxic one.
So,
But would you like to say why all of the other people left due to the other people in that group?
well, hold on. I haven't
Most of
finished.
those other people, all those other people, by the way, the boxing Jedi, the boxing librarian, sporting icons,
Yeah.
who you mentioned, and Raskla, have all been regulars in talking with me, and Raskla is invited to come onto my show, and the others have
Yeah.
all of which have been on my show.
Yeah.
I don't think all of the others have been on your show, but
Yeah,
I've actually been on all of their shows too.
No. All of them have been on my show apart from Sporting Icons.
Who's been on my show? And I've been on his show, vice
Yeah.
versa.
No, you said that those guys hadn't been on my show. I'm saying all of those guys have been on my show apart from Sporting Icons. But anyway, to continue what I was saying, responding to your points. So that's to answer your point about didn't have the balls to mention your name. There was no need for me to mention your name. I'm explaining why I left a toxic group. There was no need.
So who are you explaining it to?
I'm explaining to my listeners why I left that toxic group.
But your listeners didn't even know you left that group outside of the people.
No, I told them. No, because what?
Yeah, but like you said, there was no need for you to mention my name. Just like there was no need. No, like you're right, you didn't. But like you said, there was no need to mention my name. Just like there was no need for you to talk about this on a boxing show.
Well,
when you're leading a group on YouTube, which is that most of your content is talking about other people's content.
Well, no, it isn't. But there is a need for me to express a reason why. I mean, it's about life and boxing. It's not just about boxing. It's about life and boxing. And
so why not express it to those people as opposed to everyone else?
Sorry?
And then bring up me as the main accreditation for everyone.
No. You were the trigger point. You were the trigger point. You were the example of someone who came at me aggressively, and then that caused a reaction where somebody else came at me aggressively. But the point of the piece is me just expressing, because I share life stories. So me expressing how happy I felt to be out of a toxic situation. So the moral of the story ultimately is how relieving it is to be to the human being to leave a toxic situation or environment. Now, another content creator came at me saying, I just heard you banned. Well, I can say your name now because you're here. You are. Okay. Why did you ban? I just heard you banned Unrivalled or McGregor. He called you McGregor. I just heard you banned McGregor. And this was someone who was nothing to do with the situation as far as I could see. And then he said certain words which I knew would have had to have come from a recording, because he said, your words, Raphie, your words. So I'd already suspected that you would surreptitiously, without my consent, recorded what was supposed to be a private conversation. And he said, so that's, very underhand. But anyway, we move on.
The reason why I did that is because I knew you were going to talk about me behind my back and
hold on.
channel and do it very scrupulously.
I haven't talked about you behind your back. It was unscrupulous to record a private conversation.
It's also unscrupulous to be talking about somebody in relation to their own personal life, their own personal matters, and their mental health.
No, I haven't mentioned anything about your personal life or your mental health. So anyway.
So you didn't talk about any of that in the stream. You didn't talk about it and talk about what other people were saying or trying to condemn me to make me look as though my lack of character.
No.
That's very intriguing, right?
No. Your name at no point was mentioned.
My name at no point was mentioned, but are you saying you weren't talking about me? Say yes or no.
Of course I was talking about you, but I never mentioned.
Well, there you go.
I never mentioned.
No, you were talking about me.
Well,
the majority of your viewers, I would say probably about 60% of them already know.
No. Everybody who's guessing, is he American? Where is he from? Everybody's thinking he's American. Look back through the comments. But anyway, to get to my point.
Yeah. So I mean, Raskla, Tommy, and Red Glove already knew who you were.
Well, Tommy was. All of those guys were already in the group, so they already know. Obviously, they're in the group. They're in the group that I'm talking about leaving, so obviously they would have known. So anyway, so this other content creator comes at me. So Raph, I heard that I just heard you banned Unrivalled, Mark McGregor. I just heard you banned McGregor, and you said that he was too knowledgeable for your group. Your words, Raphie. Your words. Okay.
You did say that.
So why is a guy who has got nothing? My thought was, why was a guy who's got nothing to do with the situation coming at me from McGregor?
Maybe you should ask him.
Okay, no, I've sent him my response via Hangouts privately. So that means you're talking behind my back, and you not only are you talking behind my back, but you're sending. I'm
not sending anyone.
You've sent recordings of a private conversation to a third.
Well, actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't actually send a recording to anybody.
Okay, what did you do?
I didn't send anything. I said a quote live on stream.
Oh, you said a quote live on stream.
Live on stream. I said what happened. I never said or sent. No, I never said. I never sent anybody a recording. And if that person would actually have the recording, it would be amazing because I haven't sent it to anybody. So that'd be fascinating.
Okay, so you mentioned my name in regard to this situation on stream.
Of course I did.
Of course you did. When was the stream? Where can I listen back to it? When was the stream?
I don't know. Maybe ask somebody in your channel if they know. I don't remember all of the hangouts I go on to. You know, I'm quite active.
Okay, cool. All right, fine. So you've been talking about me by name in streams.
Not in streams, in a stream. Yes. I don't remember which. Yesterday I was on 7 different hangouts. Today this is my 4th.
Okay, and you mentioned my name in a stream.
I did. But they were already talking about you anyway.
Okay, cool. Okay, fine. So why would you be upset about me not mentioning your name in a stream if you mentioned my name in a stream?
Why would I be upset? Mainly because what I said, right? What I said was, let me see if I can get this right. I said the quote between you and me about you saying about my knowledge as to why I wasn't allowed in because I mess around with this stuff, and I said your words, Raphie, fine. And then you make an entire live stream where I think I was talked about for over 50 minutes straight. Now, 50 minutes straight where I was talked about, where you weren't going to even talk about my name. You weren't even going to say my name, which is fine. You're entitled to do so. It just doesn't show me any real fortitude. But the thing that really pissed me off was the way you were actually talking about a situation that wasn't involving you. And the other thing that was involving, right, is how you were describing my character as a person. I don't specifically like people who do that.
I described your character.
No. Yes, you did. You called me Mr. Angry.
Yeah.
You called me a very angry human being. You called me. You said I'm a disrespectful person. You talked.
Did I say you were disrespectful?
You actually did use the word. You did use the word disrespectful during the stream. You see, I was sent your stream, and I did listen into parts, and I heard how you said that I have a disrespectful manner to me.
Are you sure I said disrespectful?
Yes, I am. Sure? And when the live stream ends, I'll gladly clip it for you and send it to you if you would like. I heard you use the words describing me that I am a disrespectful person, which is very fine. And I came into your stream and I was very disrespectful because I felt very disrespected also. But I also felt very disrespected when you told me the reason I'm not going to be allowed into your stream is until your stream reaches a point where it's able to suit people of both a casual and a hardcore perspective, which I felt was quite insulting because for someone who only talks about hardcore boxing content, I do like to come in and listen to the silly things that happen on YouTube or boxing sometimes, which is primarily what your content is to me. It's a silly bunch of content, which I'm entitled to of my opinion. And you can laugh at that. You can laugh at that all you want, Raphie. But let's be real.
Yeah.
In total, you have talked about, right? Not talked about, but you have made videos on amassing a total of 40 professional fighters. Videos, not live stream, but videos. 40 professional fighters total in 342 videos. For a mixed combat radio show. By the way, as to the thing that you were talking about with life, right now, I didn't know that you share life stories. You don't promote that at all. because the description of your channel is, this is a combat sports channel covering the world of combat sports.
Yeah.
Expect daily uploads
Yeah.
on the various aspects of combat sports.
Correct.
Join my live podcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, and new weekend live show. Lunchtime boxing talk with Raphie, 12:30 p.m. UK time Saturdays. By the way, guys, if you haven't, do subscribe to Raphie if you're just listening in. And also smash the like button for Raphie, giving you better content than BFTB with people who are much more better than he is. Now, hit the bell icon for notifications and be a part of it. Yeah. None of which talks about anything to do with life. So maybe you should edit that in and stop saying that all you are is a boxing show. Through your own description of your channel. Own description.
Some of the lives, you will see that I mention life and sport, life and boxing. So
yes, sometimes you do. Sometimes you mention it, but you don't say it.
So perhaps I haven't mentioned it in every single one, but I think if people listen in on a regular basis, they will know that it's not just boxing I talked about. I think a couple of streams ago, I think I spent a good 50 minutes, 45 minutes talking about Rich Piana and his life. And that was only a few streams ago. So I think people pretty much.
Well, Rich Piana falls into combat sports, considering he had 2 professional kickboxing fights. So he does fall into that, even though he was.
Well, I don't know about his kickboxing. As far as I know, he didn't. He wasn't really a combat sports athlete, as far as I'm aware.
Well, when he was 21, he had 2 professional kickboxing fights, which he both lost via knockout. Well, technically, he can fall into a combat sports channel.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about Rich Piana's combat sports endeavors, but that was purely about life, his life, philosophy. You know, what can happen in a life sometimes. Yeah, so it is about life and sports. It's not just sports; it's about life as well. And you see, you are entitled to your opinion. That this is not some deep channel. You are entitled to that, and I didn't
say it's deep. I said it's silly in terms of boxing talk.
Yeah, you said it was
in terms of boxing talk.
You said it was silly, which I would have to disagree with. But you are entitled to your opinion. I think my description of it would be a lively, light, entertaining area to view and discuss boxing and life. Now, you have a different opinion, which you are totally entitled to, and that's cool. That's perfectly cool. You've come out and you said, I am the guy Raphie is talking about, and in a sense, I think that's pretty good, because there is no smokes and mirrors. There is nothing hidden. It's totally clear.
Which was your initial intent, yes?
I was not going to expose the person I was talking about, no. But you opted to say, I am the guy that Raphie is talking about. You opted to come on and you said it's a silly channel.
Yes, it is.
That's your opinion. Your opinion.
And in my opinion, it's a silly channel. Look, the opinions can be right or wrong, or
you are entitled to your opinion. It doesn't have any effect on me.
So sensitive.
I really don't care about your opinion
today.
Sorry?
Well, if you didn't care about my opinion, why did you go and make a 1-hour video on me? Or a 1-hour live stream? It's just me. If you didn't care about my opinion or the opinion of others, why do you block people whose opinion goes against your own? Or why do you delete their comments? Raphael, my friend, this ain't looking good.
Let's not jump.
Very insecure.
Let's not. I'm very secure. That's why I got out of a toxic situation. So let's not jump from topic to topic. You said, why did I make an hour video about it? No, not at all. I made a video about why I left a toxic situation. And I think that's perfectly good. It falls within the remit of talking about life.
And I haven't been talked about for over an hour in that.
You were the guy who triggered a negative situation And so, yes, of course, you were a part of what I was talking about.
So the other person who came at you, who would self-admittedly say doesn't agree with most of what I say, and
Right.
me and him haven't seen eye to eye,
Yeah.
who came at me after talking about him in one of your streams once, and he came at me about that, and he can admit that if he would like. He doesn't particularly like me. Came at you because of what I said, or he came at you after what I said.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing. He came at you after what I said, but
Yeah.
he was going to come at you anyway, and he was a lot more degrading of you than I was. He called you a ball bag.
He called me
I'm
a
not
ball
mistaken.
bag, which I responded to. Yeah, I responded to vehemently and yeah, very unpleasantly. Not then, but the next day when I thought about it.
In which case, when the two of you spent messages that spanned over about 35 messages going on for a 2-hour interval.
No.
In which case,
Well, I haven't counted them, and I don't know the time period. I mean, I was making videos at the time, so it may have spanned that time. But I was making videos at the time, so I didn't have time to dedicate to it. But yeah, it may have spanned that time. I haven't had a look. Okay.
And
So
that was the time period of the message responses. And in which case, afterwards, you left the group. Something which, in case I triggered, because I said that I'm going to make a content showing your content and your views and your narrative as being farcical, which I am going to do, and I am going to show the narrative that you've been pushing for the last 2 months, and I don't mind doing that.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing because you are 100% entitled to your opinion. You clearly value your opinion very, very highly, and that's good.
Of course I do.
I don't share your positioning on that, and that's perfectly good. But
of course you don't, because you think your channel is very good.
I think
you're entitled.
You said it was very good. You said you enjoyed it. So if you're going to release any tape, make sure it's the 2 hours 37 minutes of the conversation. Don't chop it.
Well, if you would like, I could actually release the 2 hour 35 minutes and 32 seconds of which we were actually speaking.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, for the first 2 minutes, I was AFK coming in the door.
Yeah. No. Release the 2 hours 35 minutes or the 2 hours 37 minutes entirely. I mean, if you said you were going to do that, so if you're going to do that,
of course I'm going to do
what I'm saying is, don't release little clips here and there. Just release. If you release anything, release the whole thing.
I will say the part where I said I loved your channel because I found it hilarious. I will release that.
You love my channel? No, I don't remember. Did you say that?
I did say it was hilarious. It's in the recording.
Oh,
you see, there's two meanings to everything. You could have taken it as a compliment. You could have taken it as an insult.
I would have.
Like you've said, I'm an angry person. I'm not someone with a lot of integrity.
Hey, bro, if you're going to release the tape, all I'm saying is release the whole thing. It lasted for 2 hours, 37 minutes, and release the whole thing because you were very complimentary of the channel, as I recall. Now, if you release that 2 hours, sorry, are you saying you weren't complimentary?
I said,
Okay,
that's what I said. I said,
You were highly complimentary of the channel. You enjoyed the channel. These are your words. You watched every live show. These are your words. So
yeah, I have. Why did I watch every live show?
If you are saying something different now, that's entirely up to you, my friend. But if you are going to release any of the tape, then all I say is make sure it's the 2 hours, 37 minutes of it. Because I am comfortable that what that will show is that, unlike now, you were highly complimentary of the channel. And Mark, it's been interesting talking to you. I'm happy that with our conversation, you've had your right to reply, which I always intended. As you see, you were not blocked because I anticipated you coming in. So you came in. You left your name in the chat. You left your email in the chat with no problems. You sent your link, and boom, you were in. Mark, it's been great.
I want to ask you one question.
No more.
No, it's a very simple question. When did you unblock me? Just let everybody know, because I have proof and evidence of when I was last able to comment on your page.
I cannot.
Because earlier you said I've been unblocked for a very long time.
Okay,
which
let
isn't
me answer.
true.
You answer the question. Let me answer your question. I cannot remember specifically when you were unblocked, but I remember unblocking you. I don't want to give a time because then you're going to say you can prove it was wrong. But I believe it was weeks ago. Or let me be safe. Let me be safe because I know whatever you say you're going to contradict. Let's say it was at least 7 days ago, even though to my recollection, it could have been weeks ago. But I'm going to say 7 days, even though I know that's the short side, because to my recollection, I think it has been a matter of weeks.
Okay, well, when I upload, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the actual findings of when my comments were able to be shown on your channel.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, that's cool in the gang. Mark, I'm glad you came in to have your say. Thank you very much. But like I said, if you're releasing the tape, make sure
of course, you're welcome for the content.
Make sure
help someone else out for a change.
Make sure it's the 2 hours and 37 minutes of the tape, because as I recall, you were highly complimentary of the channel. Mark, thank you very much. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, peace, faggot.
Peace, faggot. Okay, so on a momento, let me take care of business. We don't have people saying faggot on the channel. That is not cool, and the gang. You have to be respectful of all types of, what do you call them? What do you call it?
Lifestyle, I think.
Lifestyles. Lifestyles. So where are we? So I unblocked Unrivalled so that he would be able to come in. Hide, yeah. And obviously he expressed a point of view that was different to the point of view he expressed in the secret tape he made between he and I. So yeah, very different slant. So if he's going to release the surreptitious tape, then I'm very comfortable with the fact I'm very comfortable with the fact that he was highly complimentary to the channel. So it's going to be the KRO Crow. Raphie, don't drop down to these females levels. No, I won't do this anymore. It's a one-off. It had to happen. I had to. It's been something going on in the background, and it was better out than in. But Carol, you are absolutely right, and I assure people this is a one-off. But it had to happen. There was some simmering stuff going on in the background, as you can see. McGregor, as he departed, he said, good night, faggot, or something of that description, and I responded in kind. I said good night, faggot, to him too. You have to respond in kind sometimes. That's just how it goes, and sometimes you have to stoop. But I won't stoop too long. I stooped, and now that's over. But it was something simmering in the background. And as you can see, with the aggression, etc., he's just somebody I didn't want on my channel. He was complimentary about the channel in our telephone conversation. 2 hours, 27 minutes? 2 hours, 27 minutes or 37 minutes. Let me get my pad now so I can be absolutely 100% accurate with it. Where are we? Okay, so he said who he is now, so I can perhaps, hold on, why am I invisible? Why am I invisible? Let's get the camera back on. Didn't realize it was off. Okay, now that he has said who he is, I can show, where is it? 2 hours, 37 minutes. I can show this to Can you see that clearly? Should be able to see that it says 2 hours 30. Let me see if I can. Should be able to see, it says 2 hours. The call lasted for 2 hours, 37 minutes. So there you have it. There you have it. The guy had the right to reply. Gave him the right to reply, came in and replied. Okay, so John Dealey.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I thought we were going to do Wilder's resume today.
We were.
I know.
We were. I thought it would take me like 45 minutes. Remember, I originally said to you, it'd probably take half an hour to 45 minutes, and then I'll be ready. That was
all right.
That was when we scheduled it prior. What time did we still start? It was about 9:05. Now it's like 8 minutes to midnight. John, we're definitely going to do it, mate.
It's fine. It's fine.
You want to? John's shivering in his kitchen. Wearing his spacesuit. What is that, feeler?
Yes.
It reminds me of an old school Elise one I used to have back in the day. It was good. I missed that Elise. It was all silver, like a spacesuit. It was wicked, man. Kind of reminiscent of that. Yeah. Any observations? Anything you want to say, John?
I think the big appeal of what you do is you do try and let everybody have a say.
Mm.
It's not necessarily a contest about who knows the most about boxing.
Mm.
I don't really agree with Get This Smoke. Well, he doesn't agree with me.
Right.
But we managed to talk and get along, and I thought that was the idea.
Yeah. You see, it comes down to this thing whereby, is this a pissing contest?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
I didn't know this was a pissing contest.
But again, you can't please everybody, and I think a lot of people enjoy what you do, so I just won't worry about it.
I have zero worry about what McGregor, Unrivalled, whatever he's calling himself, has to say, because everybody, there's a lane for everybody. I mean, he says now that he doesn't like the channel. When he releases the 2 hours 37, when he releases the 2 hours 37 minutes of our conversation, it's going to be very funny, because he seemed like a big fan of the channel. So this is going to be really interesting. This is going to be funny as hell. It's going to be funny as hell, because during the call, he was a major fan of the channel. And now all of a sudden the channel's no good. You see, sometimes you have to just be able to look into the future and understand that people, you see, I always had these concerns about, I'm going to go back to not mentioning the name. I always had, sometimes somebody is in your company for the right reasons, and sometimes a person can be in your company for the wrong reasons. And if you get the inkling that someone's in your company just to promote themselves, it's just better they go. It's just better they go, because I don't want some guy trying to load it up on me because he might know a specific date of a specific occurrence. I don't need that. And I don't think my people, my subscribers need that. I mean, you see, in the chat, what happened one time, and I think I mentioned it in the tape. It's in the tape. So I don't know how he thinks the tape's going to be detrimental to me. I'm comfortable with the tape. I was comfortable with the conversation. It was surreptitiously recorded. So that's on the other person who recorded it without my knowledge. But I was aware that, you know, sometimes people do sneaky things. So I was aware that, you know, perhaps a sneaky thing was being done, because the conversation lasted for so long. And I'm thinking, could this be someone's trying to collate material to use against me at a later date? Admittedly, I only thought that late in the day, you know what I'm saying? But it occurred to me, it probably only occurred to me after the conversation or towards the end, occurred to me that it might be some surreptitious, and surreptitious is in the dictionary, by the way, some surreptitious behavior, maybe something sneaky has been going on in terms, and in this case, you know, the secret recording. So, but yeah. But I'm confident in any release of any tape that no, all what you're gonna hear is what I've said. I said in the tape everything pretty much that I said in here. You're just gonna be. It might what? How long did it last? The tape 2 hours 37 minutes. This lasted a bit longer. So yeah, I said what I felt. Yeah, very sneaky indeed. I think it's is it legal to record someone?
It depends what you're going to use it for, really.
You know, I don't even think it's legal. I don't.
I'm not so sure that that's the best thing to put out on a YouTube channel.
It's certain.
Personally, I think most of this is supposed to be for entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'm not. If he does, I'm not sure people are going to listen to it.
Well, you know, I mean, what you should do is send me the tape so that I can listen to it. But am I worried about anything I said on the tape? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Have you heard of the shit sandwich? Have you heard of the shit sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit sandwich, for anybody who hasn't heard, is like when you were giving somebody some bad news, because you will hear the guy's tone on the tape. When you giving somebody bad news, you make it a shit sandwich. So
yeah,
bad news on the one hand, bad news on the other hand, and in the middle you put a little slice of something nice. And that little slice of something nice was when I said, yeah, man, well, and it's not even a lie. Yeah, you're very knowledgeable about boxing. It's not even a lie. He is. You're very knowledgeable about boxing. And, you know, I don't know if my clientele would cater to your brand of, you know, what it is that you do. And that's honest. It's honest. I don't know if my people, because someone came in the chat one time and said, oh yeah, Boxing Librarian was on. He said, get McGregor on. He'll be fire. Get McGregor on with him at the same time. He'll be fire. But the funny thing is that McGregor was on with Boxing Librarian. I think it was that morning or the morning before. And I heard them. And it was fine. That was fine. But this guy was, you know, was acting like, yeah, man, it's going to be great for your channel. No. I've heard them together on multiple occasions. You know, that's fine. This is my channel. If I have a guest on, I'll be talking to the guest. And I might invite somebody else from the channel, like you or somebody else from the channel, in to debate also. You know, that's fine, but I don't need to bring McGregor in to my channel to make it fire. No, on the contrary, because there was a couple of comments in the chat. One said, I don't really enjoy McGregor. He's too aggressive. The other one said, oh, yeah, he talks about obscure fighters I've never heard of. Nah, not really. I don't dig it. So, yeah. Not everybody is going to dig everything. So my people, they enjoy what I do, you know, and more people are subscribing. So more people will continue to enjoy what I do. So, yeah. So, hey, people enjoy my channel. People love it. And that's cool with me. I'm just doing what I enjoy. If another guy doesn't enjoy it, then why is he saying on the tape that he does enjoy it? And then he comes on live and says he doesn't. You know, but that's up to that's up to the fella himself. You know what I'm saying? That's up to the fella. But like I said, he's come on now and he said he doesn't like the channel. Well, why did you come in the first place? Why were you here in the first place? And why were you bothered about being banned from a channel that you don't like?
Well, that's up to him, really, isn't it? Well, I just think there's a place for what he does.
Yeah.
There's a place for what you do. Yeah. And they're quite different.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's not always about being right, is it? Sometimes it's just about enjoying talking to people and seeing what other people think.
100%. 100%. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of people watching. Why? There's a lot of people watching. Why? We're supposed to be finishing off, and yet there's more people watching now than has been watching for a long time. What the fuck do we do, John?
I don't know if
no, it's a bit late now, John, for you to go.
I think if we get this work on now and do that, it's going to take a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. I think even though there's a boatload of people on now, we can't do what we had originally planned, which was the dissection of Wilder's resume. Can't do that now because we're in Britain. It's
midnight.
It's midnight. Craig McCulty summed it up, Raph. Summed it up. Yeah, I mean, summed it up as in past tenses is, yeah, each to their own. Buck says, let's actually go into the chat, John.
All right.
So, Red Glove Militants, I was talking about something different. Summed it up, Raphael says Craig McNulty. Craig, are you subscribed to the channel? Are you a new guy? Craig? I appreciate the compliment. Bucks says each to their own, I guess. Yeah, each to their own. I mean, I can't have a guy come and tell me that what he thinks is right. No, this is what he thinks is his opinion and he's entitled to it. And that's fine. That's cool. I mean, I think his stuff is, well, am I going to criticize his stuff? It's not, am I going to criticize his stuff? Do I go out of my way to criticize his stuff? Well, I don't listen. All I'll say is, I'm not going to say it's crap. All I'll say is I don't listen to it. I don't listen to his stuff. So he could talk about me for a day and a year. Craig McNulty, you've been with me for a while, but you don't really post very much. You're not a recognizable name. You definitely don't post in the videos. Post in the videos, man, so I can get to know your name. Craig McNulty. Who else? Yeah, I'm good to have you, by the way. Bucks to each their own. I agree with that, Bucks. Ped's still with us. Wilder fan loves playing the race card. Indeed, they do. Indeed, they do. Wrongly so as well. Wrongly so. Oh, yeah. What's his name? McGregor came in and he said that he mentioned me talking to the FTB. That's high entertainment. That's high entertainment.
Lots of people like to see you do that.
Lots of people like to see me do that. So if lots of people like to see me do that, then lots of people, and he also gets lots of comments. Therefore, people are entertained. This is YouTube. It's for information and entertainment. And on this channel, I combine the two. Do I know as much as Boxing Librarian? Absolutely not. Have I ever claimed to know as much as Boxing Librarian? Absolutely not. But he does, and I love it. But guess what? He also enjoys this channel. Just because you're not doing the same as somebody else doesn't mean that they can't enjoy what you do. So that's a kind of strange argument. On this channel, you get information and in entertainment. information and entertainment.
Well, I think it's important that you do something different to other people.
That's one. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
No, it's fine. I mean, I wasn't going to say that much other than what would be the point of everybody trying to do the same thing? It would get very boring on YouTube.
It would get very boring very quickly. Very boring very quickly. I never came here to do the same as everybody else. I came here to bring do my own thing. And that's what I do. I don't need, you see, what he did there was exactly what I expected he would do had he remained here. And all this bitching and whining, I don't need that. I don't need that. Do what you do. Enjoy what you do. Don't go over to a next man's place and telling him he's doing it wrong. Don't come over here and tell me I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it how I want to do it. It's very simple. I'm doing what I want to do, how I want to do it. And I don't need a next guy from a next channel telling me, oh no, you don't want to do it like this. You don't want to do it like that. I don't need a Harry Enfield telling me, oh, you don't want to go and do it like that. I just don't need that, bro. I don't need that. So you can say that over where you are as frequently, as often as you like. To me, it's just hate. It's just a hater hating. You know? You don't see me all up in your comment section. I don't even barely go over to your thing because that's your thing. You never caught me telling you how you're supposed to do your thing. I just told you I don't like how you present your thing. I don't enjoy it. I don't like the anger. I don't like the sourness. I don't like the bitterness. And yeah, when you release the tape, that's exactly what you're going to hear me saying. So I would be extremely surprised if you go ahead and release that tape. I would be extremely surprised because everything I said over on the tape is what I said here. And I was very careful to be very, very straightforward with it. Yeah, I gave you a compliment. I gave you a compliment here or there, but you were highly complimentary of this channel. So it's going to be fascinating. I'd be shocked and astonished if you actually went ahead and released that tape. Shocked and astonished because you were highly complimentary of this thing. And now you've gone back and recanted and said something totally opposite. Well, that's going to be fascinating. How does that make another man look? But, but that's on you. That's on you, my friend. I'm not talking about you anymore. You're entitled to your opinion. You were gracious enough to come on. You mentioned the word faggot at the end, and I sent it right back to you, my friend. Right back to you. But anyway, let me get into the chat. Let's talk about my people. To my people. Yeah, enjoying this content. I'm not no cookie cutter. Are you familiar with the term cookie cutter, John?
Yeah.
Cookie cutter. I'm not no cookie cutter. Don't want to be a cookie cutter. Don't want to be the same as everybody else. No way, no how. Not my thing, my friend. Not my thing.
It is related to what he was talking about, but I don't really want to pin this on anyone in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the problems with boxing generally is this idea that being a casual fan is a bad thing.
That's a good point. Talk on it. Speak on it.
Well, because ultimately, for something to be successful, it has to have mass appeal.
Yeah.
And it has to be entertaining, or it will appeal to a minority of people.
Yes.
So the idea of using a casual fan as a derogatory term is self-defeating.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you can tell from a tracksuit top, I appreciate casuals in a completely different sense of the word. and if you look at where that sport is now, it's safe to take your kids and your grandma where it used to not be.
100%. And the casual term, because we're a similar age group.
Yeah, I know.
So the young little whippersnappers, they won't even realize, they probably don't even understand the term casuals in the way you used it and what it actually means.
No, probably not.
Probably don't even understand casuals for those of a younger age group. Back in our day, that's why I commented on John's tracksuit, because it's like it's kind of a retro style back to when we were teenagers and we were known as casuals, casual footballers, football fans. Not casual football fans, but football fans were known as football fans who dress smartly in the way John's dressed now, in the smart, up-to-date, latest, imported foreign tracksuits. Fila being one of them. I was an Elise guy.
I've got some Elise, Raphie, don't worry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. Fila, Elise, Sergio. What was that? Sergio Tacchini?
Yeah, Sergio Tacchini.
Sergio Tacchini. We were known as casuals, not because we didn't know about what we were talking about. Not because we didn't know what we were talking about. It's because that was the name of the movement of young football fans, casuals. We dressed in a certain way, in expensive tracksuits. I mean, my Elise tracksuit cost £90 back in the day. A good tracksuit cost more than a 3-piece handmade suit. So these young jacks who are coming in now talking about casuals don't even understand the root of the thing. The root of the thing goes back when they were still walking around in diapers. Yeah. Casuals wore tracksuits, foreign tracksuits. Like I said, mine cost 90 quid back in the day. That's probably like £300, probably more now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
This casual thing, people throw it around like it's an abusive term, not understanding the roots of it. You know what I'm saying? So they want to say casual. We say to them, new jacks. New jacks. It doesn't matter if you read 1,000 books, 1,000 books on the topic matter. You're still a new jack. Trying to tell the original casuals. Trying to tell the original casuals who wore foreign tracksuits that cost more than your bloody car. You know what I'm saying? And talking about, I don't talk about life. I don't talk about life. What? Really? Have you really been listening? Big up the casuals. 1980s, best era ever. Craig McNulty's one of us. He's one of us. We're the old jacks. We brought casuals in. Yeah, I don't talk about life. Didn't I talk about a time recently when a girl drove into my car? Girl drove into my car, and a couple hours later, I had to do a live stream, and I was pissed. Yeah, I've talked about all kinds of life things, and I'll tell you another one now. Yeah, about that. I'll continue on the theme with the girl driving into my car. I'll tell you a little story. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go on.
The insurance company made an appraisal of the value of my vehicle, and I'm going to buy it back off them. They've said, I can't remember the term they've used, but the term they've used means that it's a total write-off.
Yeah.
But all it is, it's a dent behind the back door and in front of the back wheel arch. Right, so apparently that's a write-off. Now I've got a quote from a garage who repaired another car that somebody else drove into of mine, and the geezer is a taxi driver, and he said, all right, come with me to this place, forget about the insurance, and they'll sort it. Now, I shit you not, I could not see where they did the repair. It was that good of a repair, I couldn't see it. So I went back to those people, that garage, that body workshop, and I said, yeah, we'll do that for under £300. We'll fix the new damage for under £300. Now, interestingly and unbelievably, the insurers have agreed to pay me double what I paid for the car. When does that ever happen?
Well, But you got angry for nothing there.
When does that ever happen? When do the insurers appraise your car at double what you paid for it?
When the blame is clearly on the other person.
It's clearly on the other person. Yeah, but I still didn't expect to get paid double what I paid for the car.
No, you've got to be buzzing off that.
Oh, bloody hell. Come on. I'm going to get paid double for what I paid for the car. I'm going to get the repair done for a measly £300, well, less than that, under £300. And I bought the car back from the insurers for a few £100. I'm still going to be up as a result of the accident.
Yeah, you're totally with it.
It's mad. It's mad. So, I talk about all kinds of things on this channel, mainly boxing. Yeah, but life as well.
Well, we ended up staying up till 2 talking about training that one time, didn't we?
We ended up staying up till 2 talking about bloody training and training techniques. Training techniques. It's a 6-hour stream. It was a 6-hour stream. It was that time when we had whole money on, remember?
Yeah.
We had whole money on. And man's talking about, he's had this guy on, Ross Clark on, he's had that guy on, Red Glove Militant on, and he's had Boxing Librarian on. And I had to say to him, well, I've had all of those guys on, and all of those guys are welcome here. Ross Clark's welcome here. Red Glove Militant's welcome here. Whole Money's not welcome here. If any time any of those guys, Red Glove Militant says anybody can get it. Where's Ross Clark? Whole Money took an L for the LDBC. So, those guys are here and welcome here. And they can get on in the chat whenever they damn well please. He's the only guys who get good guys in on chats. What kind of utter and absolute madness is that?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I listen to Unrivalled's content and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't really matter who gets who on whose channels. It's just not, if your channel wasn't doing something right, then you'd stop doing it.
100%.
So
you'd be forced to stop doing it.
Of course you would. So, it is best to just keep doing what you're doing. The only thing that I think you gave him a good chance to reply.
Yeah.
And that's consistent with what you like to do, as far as I can tell.
100%. The line was open for him to come on in and have his say. It was open. He'd been unblocked for, I don't even want to say a term, because I don't even want to say a figure, a name, an amount of days, because, I might be wrong by a day. And say, he lied. It wasn't 14 days, it was 13. So I'm not even going to try and name a day. Yes, Red Glove Militant. I said Red Glove Militant over a link, but he's over in the US of A. So he is going to chow down now. We're not going to be on much longer, Red Glove Militant, but I just wanted to let you know that you're always welcome over here. I think I've made that clear. And to Ross Clark. I thought that was perfectly clear. So for anyone,
I think they're aware of that, though.
I think they're aware of that.
They're in the chat, so you wouldn't come into the chat and they look like they've been doing a bit of trolling on each other and having a good time with it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, you know, there was some attempt to throw Tommy Temper under the bus.
Well, I mean, I don't really agree with Tommy's point of view, and I don't think he agrees with mine. But we had a perfectly sensible conversation on here about what we thought, and I like Tommy. I think he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I like Get This Smoke. I don't really. I know he doesn't agree with anything I say. That's fine. Yeah, I think he's genuine.
Yeah.
I think he's got a good knowledge on certain things. He definitely knows about the PVC.
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy.
Well,
and it's good to have those other points of views.
Well, the thing is, I was the one who coached Get This Smoke, because Get This Smoke came on and he was a kind of wild man, and he was a kind of a wild man. And then I said, bro, you can say everything you want to say, but just be calm with it. And then Boxing Librarian, and he calmed down, still said what he needed to say, but calmed down. And then Boxing Librarian came on and he just flared up. And then I said, yo, bro, you can't be doing that to my guests. You cannot be doing that to my guests. And I talked civilly to him. And he said, Raph, you know what? Okay, cool. And so you're civil again. And then after that, talked him through it a little bit more. No problem, my friend. No problem. No problem, Toby Bartlett. No problem at all. So get this. Sorry, Raphie and everyone. I've had to go in and out tonight. Bad internet and things to do. Yeah, man. That's cool. That's cool, bro. So yeah, I talked him through it, and then Get This Smoke eventually came on here. And now I see him everywhere. So, created a monster with Get This Smoke. Created a monster. But he's still here. He's everywhere. Once I taught him how to use Hangouts, you can't, there's no stopping the guy. Stopping the guy. Yeah.
Well, people only really get blocked if they start getting offensive and taking things too far, don't they, really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's normally you saying, don't block it when someone's trolling them and let them carry on until they get bored.
Yeah. For the greater part, it's like, somebody with a different opinion is not a problem to me.
But again, I just wouldn't worry about it.
No. Listen, bro. Honestly, do I see him in the slightest word to you?
No, but I mean, just generally.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yes, I gotta address Ross Clark. Yeah, Ross Clark said he would jump on, but I'm in training. Yeah, man, that's no problem, bro. That's no problem. You gotta get that training in. Training is life. Training really is life. No, I'm serious. John.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I train 6 days a week. So.
Yeah, 6 days a week, absolutely. And I get in at least 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, well, you do it for your job, don't you?
Of course. No, but sometimes when you do it as a job, you don't actually get it in. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
I witnessed that. Yeah.
If you're not careful, you can fall into a pattern where you're not actually getting it in. It's like a mechanic driving a dodgy car. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you fix everybody else's, and
I understand.
Yeah, and like a decorator who needs to decorate his own place. Everybody else gets done first. You can't fall into that pattern. So I try and make sure I don't fall into that. I don't fall into that pattern at all. So like, even if it means that I'll walk somewhere instead of driving. If I've kind of hadn't got the chance to get in as much as I wanted to get in, I'll just do more walk-ins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So at least I know I've got my steps in at the very least. At least I know I've got my steps in. Because that's pretty important in this day and age where everybody's driving everywhere. Not careful, you haven't got your steps in. Red Glove Militant says 30 hails, 300 hail, Raphies, and all is forgiven. 300 hail, Raphies. Oh, man. Red Glove Militant's got to be one of the funniest guys, full stop. Got to be one of the funniest guys. Yeah, so I mean, I think that I'm good in so much as that. I mean, the point of all this was just to say I am out of a toxic situation now. When I came out of that thing, I was out of a toxic situation, and it just feels good to be out of a toxic situation. You know, you're in that thing.
I don't really go much, to be honest. But that's more because I go to bed early. I get up at 5.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, and then I work all day.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I hear you. I hear you 100%. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just good to be out of a toxic situation, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I understand what you're talking about, because I mean, you always feel relieved in those situations.
Say that again?
I understand what you're talking about, because when a situation's been difficult or unpleasant,
yeah,
and you move on from it, you feel relieved.
Oh my gosh. You just feel so relieved, and especially when you've been thinking about it for a while. It's something you want to do for a while. You think, I'm in an eye. Should I, shouldn't I? And then you finally do it a long time after you originally thought of doing it. And you think, bloody hell, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah.
Why did I not do this sooner? Why did I not make that decision? So really, it speaks of life, and it speaks to people in general. The moral of the story is, if you're in a toxic situation, try to get out of it.
You've come up with some good morals, Raphie.
Yeah.
If a man picks a fight with you, say, no, thank you, I have a girlfriend. That's one of my favourites.
Yeah, I think
that's a brilliant one. I like your criteria for assessing a female. Can she run for a boss?
Oh, that's so important.
That's a classic.
Oh, that's so important.
Although, depending on what you like,
yeah,
being able to run for a bus and smacking yourself in the face with every step, it could be a plus point for some men, not for all.
No, I mean, I saw a woman. She was wearing tight clothes, and she was just had to jog for a few steps. And I'll tell you what, mate, it looked like a crime scene. Things were flying everywhere, and I'm saying it's not kind of like not her fault, but it looked like, you know, this cheek was up, then that one flew that side, then the front part was up, and then I thought, honest to goodness, it looked like porn. She was just running. She was literally running. It looked like a porn scene, and I thought I would not like my woman to look like that. She's just going about her daily job. She's running for a bus, and it looks like she's in a porn scene. No, absolutely not. That is not to my taste. That is just, I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's not what I like.
Yeah, I don't want to get myself into trouble by saying too much on this topic. I just like the sort of wit and observation of everyday life all put into that. That's all. Yeah.
I mean, you know, we talk about boxing, I talk about life. If some guy doesn't like it, see, this is the key point. If a guy doesn't like it, don't come here. You know, if a guy doesn't like it, don't come here. Don't come here. Is that so hard? Is that so hard of a concept to grasp?
I think it's a relatively straightforward one, to be fair.
Break it down.
Break that down.
Break it down.
Well,
no, you said relatively straightforward, so just relatively straightforward, boom. Break it down.
It's that straightforward, though, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. What I said...
I don't like Marmite.
Right.
So I don't eat it. Lots of people do like Marmite, and that's fine.
Beautifully stated. It is as simple as that. If you don't like McGregor, don't go to McGregor. Don't go to Unrivaled. If you don't like his style, I don't like his style, so I don't go there. If McGregor doesn't like my style, why are you telling me that you watch every show? If you didn't like it, who does that? Who the hell does that?
Well, that's I don't know.
Do you have time to do that, John?
No, and I do actually listen to a lot of content mainly because I work for myself. So I put it on for background noise a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But if I don't listen to the channels that I don't like, and that goes back to bias. There's McGregor. I listen to McGregor. It's not particularly McGregor who I don't like.
Yeah.
It's the LDBC I can't cope with. I'm not against people being pro Wilder. But they're not pro Wilder. They're pro Al Heyman.
Yeah.
Which is the thing I can't get my head around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not in favour of Matchroom or any particular promoter. There's Ross Clark.
Oh. I heard him. Where are we? There he is. Ross Clark.
What's up, guys? What y'all doing? What's going on, man?
Yeah, yo, Ross Clark. Tell me how you pronounce your name.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm inside of the garage.
Oh.
I can't hear you. Say it again.
How do you pronounce your name? How do you say it?
Oh man, any way you guys want, but it's Ross Clot.
Ross Clark.
Yeah, that name comes from a nickname that was given to me back in the days in my neighborhood.
Are you Jamaican?
Nah, but I grew up listening to a bunch of reggae, and then I had at one point it was a time where when I used to have a lot of loud music in my car, I used to play a whole bunch of Ninja Man.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
So when I used to play Ninja Man and Bounty Killer, all my friends started calling me Ross Clot. That's where the name comes from. That's the origin. That's the origin of Ross Clot.
Yeah, because this is Jamaican thing, isn't it?
Yes. So they used to call me Ross Clot. And that was where that came from. And then now like I listen to a bunch of Vibes Cartel and all those type of guys. So they still call me Ross Clot. So
Ross Clot. So
yeah.
Have you ever felt inhibited about coming on this channel?
Oh no. The one thing about me, man, everyone that I'm cool with you, McGregor, Cotto, all you guys, man, you guys are all like cool to me. And if there's like me, I'm the type of person, if there's any dispute going on within this circle, I stay out of it. I don't want to know what it's about. And I just keep it pushing, because the one thing is I've seen other people fall out with other people just because they feel like they're cooler with the other person. And so me, even though like I've been cool with other people on here for a long time, but once we're cool and I feel like you're a genuine person, I stay out of it, because at the end of the day, it's just boxing talk. It's like with me, I don't know everything about boxing, and I learned from all you guys. So I try to stay neutral. I try to stay neutral as possible in any situation.
Wise man. Wise man. Yeah, I mean, boy, I just have people on that I feel have a certain honesty about them. That's why I have John on. That's why I have you on. That's why I did a video with you, and I'll do more with you. Ross Clark falls into the same category. There's just certain people who you get into contact with, and you feel, yeah, this guy, this guy is clean. This guy is clean.
Yes, because like the whole situation with you and McGregor, I don't even know what's going on, and so I actually, while you guys was debating, I actually left you guys debate because I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys hashed it out. But I jumped back on and McGregor was gone, so I don't even know what happened. I don't know the logistics. I'm not even going to go back to listen. After what I heard with Zone and Kato, them beefing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all of us are cool. All of us, me, you, my brother Kato, Red Glove, Tommy Temper, all of us are cool, right? Yeah. And the one thing that I noticed is there's been like little fickles of beef here and there, and we're not seeing that with those LDBC guys, and we should be better than that.
100%, 100%. Well, I mean, I don't drag people into things, and McGregor said, well, I've been on this channel, I've been on that channel, he's been on my channel. I said, all of them guys you just mentioned have been on my channel. All of the guys you just mentioned, apart from Sporting Icons, have been on my channel. So I don't really get that. I don't really get that. For me, we would be better than that. For me, we should be better than that. For me, you're not gonna like everybody.
Yeah.
You're never gonna like everybody's style. Sometimes you just don't like a particular guy's style. That's not for my taste. You don't like all kinds of food.
Right.
So if I don't like a particular kind of food, I stay away from it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, what I know, and I made a video about this before. If I can find it, I'm going to re-upload it. Yeah. I made a real passionate video about why I joined the YTBC. And I made this video way before the LDBC was started. Right. This is, and I know each and everybody in the chat room and so many other places, other channels, Red Glove, all these guys, Kato, YouTube is literally the only place where we can meet people that talk boxing. You could go, none of my friends watch boxing. Some of my friends who are still active boxers, they don't even watch boxing. It's just basketball, football, basketball, football, basketball, football. YTBC is the only place where we can talk boxing, have debate. When I first came across Boxing Librarian's videos, when he first started, blew my fucking mind. Oh, excuse my French. Yeah. Blew my mind. I was like, yo, this dude is talking old school. The only person I can talk old school is with my father. And I immediately gravitated to his channel. And then I found Kodo's channel, and then I found I found like all you guys' channels. And I was like, oh, these guys is talking the type of stuff that I like. And then somehow there was a separation with that other group. And then the YTBC kind of split in half. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my thing was to, let those LDBC guys make their videos. Let them do that. Let's not make videos for them to react to. Let them have no one to speak to other than themselves if that's what they want. And that's why us as a whole, all of us now, Tommy Tipper, all of us, that's cool. We're the only place. This is the only place where I know we could talk boxing, and there's no racial talk. There's no calling each other names. None of that stuff. It's just all in fun.
Yeah. 100, as you guys say, 100. Everybody's got their own style. Everybody prefers what they prefer. There's certain food you eat. There's certain food you don't eat. There's certain drinks you like. There's certain drinks you don't like. But for a man to come on my channel and tell me he's going to finish my channel, well, that's highly amusing to me. Highly amusing for a man to come and tell me he's going to finish my channel. Bring it on, bad boy.
You know what? My comment when you guys first jumped on, my comment, I hope it's still up there. I put, I hope you guys could squash this, settle this without having any beef with each other in the end. That's my only wish. Same thing with Kodo in Zone 6, for them to hatch it out and end it with no beef.
Well, I'm like you because I heard about that beef, but I never went back and listened to the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
I never went back and listened to the ins and outs of it. I mean, I was on his channel that night before the thing kicked off, but it's late over here, and I was already up too late. I was making videos, and I had to turn in before the thing really kicked off. But I never went back to listen to what exactly transpired, because Get This Smoke, it was here where Get This Smoke had his birth. We birthed him over here on this channel. I told him how to use the Hangouts, and we got him in. We got him in to have a debate. We had John Dealey here on the one side, and we had Get This Smoke on the other side. But I welcomed the LDBC guys like Get This Smoke and Don ZB. We had Don ZB, another LDBC guy, and I said to them, I coached both of them, listen, all you have to do is let the other person speak and then stop so the other person can speak and be polite. That was the only requirement. That was the only requirement. And then since then, I've seen Get This Smoke everywhere. It's probably somewhere right now. But like me and John, we're working men, so we can only spend a certain amount of time. I can only spend a certain. John can listen to it in the daytime. I can too, to a certain extent, but we can only actually go live for a small percentage of time. I was doing 4 live shows a week, and it was a bit much, interfering with my other life, my outside life. So I cut that down to 2 and sometimes 3. But some guys, they have unlimited, uncapped amount of time to be here, there, and everywhere. And if that's the case, well, more power to you. But the thing is, if I don't like your content or something about you or whatever, I'm not going to be going over to your channel. I'm not going to be going over to your channel and say, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like your content. I don't like your style. I don't like you this. As far as the BFTB stuff is concerned, I go over there and we have a good chat. We have a good, it's fun. It's entertaining. I don't think he gets too bent out of shape over it. I certainly don't get bent out of shape over it.
Yeah.
When it's entertaining, then boom, a video goes up. But for a man to come here and tell me he's going to end my channel, well, that's just highly, highly amusing to me. Why? Because you got banned? You get banned from a channel, so you say you're going to go and end the channel? Really?
Yeah. I wish I knew.
That's funny.
I don't know what's going on. I just hope,
That's funny.
everything gets settled.
I can tell you how it gets solved. If you don't like somebody's channel, don't go there.
Agreed.
Don't
I agree.
go there. It's simple. It's really that simple. Don't go there.
Yeah, I agree to that. There's a whole bunch of channels that I don't watch just because I don't like their content. There's some. I mean, it just is what it is. I understand that. Fair enough.
100%. And I think we're kind of wrapping it up now. It's really late over here. What am I thinking?
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Sure, of course.
I just want to remind everyone in the chat, if they're not familiar, this is the MOBC, the one and only 49-0 in debates, and my own boxing community. I want the chat and anyone in there who don't know, they need a reminder. In any case, anytime they want to settle any debate with me, they will lose.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
No, I'm just joking, man. But salute to you guys, man.
Hey,
daily peace.
Salute to you, Rascal. Salute to you. Salute to you. Some very safe and wise words. Appreciate it.
All right.
So,
all right. Later.
Ladies, man. Ladies. So John Dealey, any final words, John Dealey, on this interesting? I mean, I think let me just say that really the purpose of this from my end is just to say, listen, people, the real message is, listen, people, if you're in a toxic, I think I said it before, but I'll restate it because that was probably about half an hour ago. The real thing is, listen, if you are in a toxic situation, get out. Get out. Keep it moving. Move along. And getting out of a toxic situation will only be a positive thing. You know? It'll only be a positive thing. You know, I needed to, and I think also another purpose was to bring this thing to a head. Bring it to a head. And to me, that's bring it to a full stop. You know what I'm saying? That's bringing it to a full stop. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, the purpose was for me to express my views and to share those views and interact and have other people come on who, you know, could share their views in a pleasant manner. You know, and so I'm achieving my objective towards that end. As far as bitterness is concerned, sourness is concerned, nah, you can just miss me with that. And so I think that, yeah, this thing has achieved its purpose. It's achieved its purpose. And so I am satisfied with the outcome. If you don't like something, stay away from it. If there's a food you don't like to eat, stay away from it. And that's what I do. And that is what I think others perhaps should learn. I haven't been mentioning anybody's name on this channel. But another man came to me and said certain things which another man must have said to him. So it's like, well, okay, let's just bring this thing to a head. Let's just bring this baby to a head. Knock it on the head. Confront it and knock it on the head and move forward. That's me. And move forward. And so to me, boom, it's knocked on the head now. Any final word from you, John Dealey? We need to knock it on the head full stint.
Yeah, we need to knock it on the head. I'm knackered.
I'm knackered as well, man. I need to get to bed. Yeah.
I think you are still sticking to freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Strictly logic and beats.
Freedom of speech, strictly logic. I put rhymes in there. Logic, rhymes, and beats.
I know you do.
Freedom of speech, logic, rhymes, and beats. And if you don't like it, scram. Do one. And if you want to come on here and use the faggot word at the end, hey, it's back on you, lad. Back on you, lad. Speaks a lot about you, son. You want to keep up beef? Snoop Dogg, he says, a lot of people want to keep up beef. You want to keep it up beef. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no beef, son. You know, it's just a difference of opinion. I feel one way, you feel one other way. Stay in your lane. That's my final words. Stay in your lane. Man's trying to tell me he's going to finish Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Yes, that's the Mariah Carey song. You are delusional. Delusional. That's just me ending some nonsense, knocking it on the head, mate. Stay in your lane. If you don't like something, don't eat it. Yeah, freedom of speech, boxing logic, boxing rhymes and beats. How do you say it? Say that again, one more time for us.
I just say freedom of speech, strictly logic and beats.
Freedom of speech, logic, rhymes, and beats. That's how I like it. That's how I put my, I'm going to put my twist on it. So
yeah, you do your.
So, it's the Red Glove Militant. The lane has been documented, and that's where I shall stay. Ted says Tommy Temper Shunby. Tommy Temper. Peace to Ross Clark. Okay. So it's the Red Glove Militant, it's the Ped, it's the Tommy Temper, it's the Ross Clark. Who else we got here? It's the Box. Box is in the building. I haven't seen him in a long time. I went back and had a look through some of the old lives, and Box was a regular. Ross Clark. Let's scroll up. Craig McNulty. Make yourself more visible, bro. Comment in some of the videos so I can get to recognize your name. Good to have you. Good to have you. It's nice to know who is here, who is with us. John Dealey, of course, jumped on for me. That was excellent. Nexus 1. Toby Bartlett, of course. All monitors extraordinaire. Up in the place, up in the building. We're closing out. I'm scrolling up. D-Bro in the building. What else we got here? We're left with the hardcore, the diehards. Scrolling up. I see who I've missed. Get This Smoke was in the building. Big Boys Boxing commented. Nothing wrong with casuals. They drive the market for boxers to make money. Casuals know the top 5-ish, and that's all. Yeah, indeed. The top 5-ish. I think I know a bit more than that, though. So maybe I'm not such a casual as has been alleged. Flagrant statements. Okay, Heinrich Schmitz. Yeah, and many Laycraft, a.k.a. TBK the First. Okay, guys, it's been a good one. We've aired it out. And yeah, people just need to learn to stay in. Kaz, the celebrity troll, has graced us with his presence. Okay, so people just need to learn to stay in the lane. If you don't like something, just stay away from it. Very, very simple. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the live boxing talk with Raphie, episode 32. Allegedly, there will be no more. Apparently, I'm going to be ended. The channel is going to be ended. We will see about that. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the live boxing talk with Raphie. It's the being joined by John Dealey. It's all of you guys who make this show what it is. And it's been a pleasure. Am I going to go on tomorrow at midday to actually talk some boxing? Quite possibly. 12 noon, midday, Saturday, just to make it up to you. Those who wanted the boxing, but we ended up talking about life. Midday tomorrow, let's talk about boxing. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the John Dealey. It's all who joined us in the chat. Much appreciated. And we are out. Blessed.